I'm in Max. You are listening to Happy Jack's RPG Podcast. I'm in Max. Pursuing the RPG hobby with reckless abandon. Why, hello. This is session 6 of Borderlands in the setting Bloodblade and Tusk in the game Moment of Truth, which you can find at momentoftruthRPG.com if you want to download a free copy of it. Cool. Not Bloodblade and Tusk yet. I ain't done with it. No. It's kind of a play test.
It's giant.
My name's Stu. I'm the GM.
My name is Gina. I play Jean-Marie de Chatillon. And she's like a pious magic user. Sort of pious.
She's really pretty pious. I mean,
she's fairly pious, yeah.
And I'm Sam. I play Hild Eriksdotter, who is a Viking warrior.
And I'm Stork. I play Alric, who is also a Viking. And that's my phone going off telling us that Bloodblade and Tusk is currently being played. And we're missing Abria. Abria normally sits here.
Yeah.
Stuff to do.
Emergency trip.
Yes.
Down memory lane. I don't know.
There were seasonings to be had. Spices.
Yeah, for the game, we're going to assume that she's in servitude of her teacher.
Yeah.
Who is, or her teacher's teacher, who is now saying, no, you need to copy more stuff down. So she's going to be.
She's doing homework.
Working the scriptorium while the rest of you go out and adventure.
Super happy about that, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me write down the player names.
I know. Where did I need an NPC list. I'm scribbling them all over my.
Did you guys switch places? You guys switched places.
Well, we did. This is the original lineup.
It is okay because I had the last week. So I'm like, wait a second.
That's there were three when Kimmy was
Hild.
sitting in.
We just keep moving around.
Yeah.
That's fine. It keeps
so this
me on my
was
toes.
the original lineup.
This is a terrible pen. So we had a game 2 weeks ago.
We did indeed.
Does anyone remember what happened?
No,
we have Sam notes.
But
we have Sam notes.
Okay, consult the book of knowledge.
Let's see what happened. Oh, this feels weird. I can hear you guys, but not myself.
I know. I have to.
See,
Can you turn everything up just a little? I think.
Yeah, because I can't hear anything.
I don't know which. See, the problem is the headphone jacks got kind of shuffled underneath the table, so I don't know which one's which. I can turn the ones I think
I don't think louder is going to help me.
Yeah, because I could hear before, and now I can't hear anybody. So if I breathe hard in the mic, I can't really hear it anyway.
It might just be me.
Did your mic get louder?
Now it just heard me blow into it, but
yeah, that's the beauty. Yeah, soon I will take all of the headphone jacks, figure out which one is which,
all right,
and put them in the right places.
Okay.
Because there is ability to turn them up and down.
Cool. We went to Paris. Yay. We noticed siege weapons facing outwards, lots of them, and a large tent in a field surrounded by orc warriors. Umgwir veered off to check in with Tukrazen in the tent, and Durak said that the warlord is here because of the lost tribe discovery. She says she will ask her chieftain for permission to have us accompany her on future missions, and invites the crew to stay in her home. Katiba asked Jean-Marie some awkward questions about how living in orc-controlled land is. The humans here are actually more free than before. Durak takes everyone to her home and says to make themselves at home. Her husband is away, but Karand and Kraz, her children, are there. She leaves, and Katiba asks the kids their names. Hild asks them where the ale is. Katiba gets Jean-Marie to teach her some Orcish so she can ask them for clean glasses. Ulrich wrote some letters back to the council and his wife to inform them of our findings. And Hild wrote back to her father to brag about her epic adventures thus far. Katiba and Jean-Marie headed off to the baths, where Katiba asked her what she wants to accomplish here. And Jean-Marie wants to kill Tukrazen because of Ulat's dying words. Katiba pointed out that maybe this isn't an orc-wide plan, and they plot to find out if he's in on the treaty breaking. Jean-Marie isn't sure if she wants to go home. She hasn't been here for 10 years. Katiba is hoping for a letter from her school promoting her. They head back to pick up the others and go to the market. They arrive to find the small orcs making lunch. They bring a veg and meat porridge, and everyone chats about runes and Ulrich's family. Then they go shopping. At the market, we found some traders who go north to send the Iceland letters. A longboat with a short guy. Katiba was mad because she thought all ice ghosts were tall. The trader brings out some lutefisk and pickled herring. Katiba is very sad she ate it, but Hild and Ulrich are pumped. Katiba recalls Salah al-Noor from her college is in town, and they head that way. Hild sampling her way through the market. It's between a blacksmith and a potter, but there is nothing there. Katiba detects magic, and it's totally something. She walks towards where a door would be and does a secret knock. The rest of us see an old woman, Salah, appear in front of her. Ulrich is weirded out. Jean-Marie bows to her, and Salah looks into her eyes, saying, "You have the gift." They enter, and a large, well-appointed room appears. Salah offers them mint tea and tells Katiba she can make some coffee. Jean-Marie asks her if she can teach her, because her teacher died. Salah says she will consider it, perhaps, if she learns Arabic, and then says she will have Katiba translate the first few lessons. Ulrich tells her about the squid men, and Katiba makes some illustrations for her. Jean-Marie asks Salah if there is magic that can identify her master's killer from a piece of cloth. She says it will be easier to just cast it for her, and scries with a dog tooth on a string. It points in a direction, and she gives it to Jean-Marie. It will work for a few weeks, and it points towards Britain. Meanwhile, the Vikings are drinking tea and trying not to crush the delicate cups.
That's right. We were on the Ottoman, like,
What was that? What was that thing targeting again?
Britain.
The killer.
The killer for her teacher.
The assassin of my
Got it, okay.
mentor, tutor.
Let's see. Katiba asks Salah if there are any letters from her college regarding her application to level up her mageness. She gets more homework and the info that her boyfriend Emir will be there in a few months. They go next door so Hild can buy a fancy new axe. Katiba does her homework while Hild tests out some orc-made weapons and settles on a mini great axe. The crew heads back to Durak's house just in time for evening meal. The kids are there, but she has not returned. They all head off to the chieftain's abode to check in, and Hild explains the 9 realms and Ragnarok on the way to Katiba. Jean-Marie asks the guards in Orcish if we may see the chieftain. Durak apparently left hours ago, yet has not been home. They will send out some guards, and the sage says the chieftain gave permission for us to accompany her north. The guard outside says Durak went down the path through the stairs by the waterside. Katiba tries to use astrology to see Durak's future, and she sees her going in and out of consciousness. Hild runs for the waterside with everyone in tow. Ulrich notices some drag marks in the algae, so Hild jumps straight in the water. It's deeper than expected, and she doesn't find her immediately, which is very disappointing. Katiba suggests that Jean-Marie try her new scrying spell. She gets an impression of straight downwards, about 100 meters. Downstream. Hild runs and sees some bubbles coming up. The water seems more turbulent here. Jean-Marie tries to part the waters and fails, tries again and succeeds. It parts, and we see some scrabbly tentacle marks and an open tunnel with water pouring out. Ulrich and Hild jump in. Katiba casts shield on Hild as she goes, and it extends to Ulrich. They run in a bubble through the tube. About 25 feet in, it opens to a larger area, and we see light upwards. The bubble pops, and we swim up. The lantern is out, but we see a small amount of light from the ceiling. There's a ledge around the perimeter, and about 5 to 6 feet above our heads. Meanwhile, Katiba and Jean-Marie follow the scry fields to a well where they hear Hild's voice. She yells up, "North or south?" Jean-Marie yells south. Katiba takes the rope down and falls halfway. Jean-Marie also falls down the well. Ulrich fishes her out and the lantern out, so Katiba lights it with magic. Hild goes first with the lantern, and they come to another cistern. Jean-Marie sees movement in the water below. Katiba sees that she is at her magical limit and offers to cast Wave herself. The water parts, and we see Durak bound with a shield around her. 5 octoboys on the squelchy ground. Hild lights an axe on fire and jumps down next to one. The squids attack, and Hild notices they have beaks instead of teeth. They are panicked, according to Jean-Marie. Ulrich shoots open beak squid with an arrow, and Hild cleaves him in half with a flaming axe, then moves towards Durak. Kachaba yells, "Shield up!" and casts Firestorm. It rains down with Hild in the eye of the storm. The Octoboys try to attack Hild, but they are stymied by her shield and the steam. Jean-Marie creates a wind, clearing the mist. Ulrich shoots and misses. Hild swings and misses. Kachaba throws a rock. Everyone misses everything. Kachaba casts Firestorm again, and they are dead. The water rushes in, and Ulrich yells, "Go for the bubble!" Hild dives in the bubble with Durak and unbinds her. Then they walk to the wall and climb up to a very surprised crew on the ledge.
Alrighty.
Cool.
Did you mention that? I think I mentioned 2 weeks ago that Durak was wearing an amulet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I just didn't write it down.
Okay. All right. Just making sure you guys remember. All right. So you, I'm going to assume you're probably going to take her back to her house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Well, is she conscious?
yeah.
Yeah. Where does she want to go?
To her home.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know if she wanted to report to the war chief.
Did you get to the war chief? She went to the office and then left, right?
Yes.
Her war chief. Okay.
Yeah. You she had a meeting with him.
And they captured you as you left on your way home?
Yes.
Don't you think this should be reported? If you've got squid infiltrators in the cisterns, perhaps all of Paris should be alerted.
Well, I would like to check on my children first.
Okay.
We could do this for you while you check on your children.
I'm not sure if I should go unescorted right now.
I feel like we should
Split.
stick together.
Okay.
Why did they capture you? Do you know? Did they say anything?
No, I do not think they have the ability to talk. If they do, they don't exercise
They
it.
seem to know where you were, and they seem to know your path.
True, but they did not communicate with me. Then I'm trying to mute this. Sorry,
No problem.
this conversation going on.
It's disconcerting to me that they knew exactly where to get you and how to get you without being seen. I mean, it couldn't be luck.
I would think not.
So either somebody let them know what your route was going to be, or they have a way of tracking you.
Sorry, one more time.
I know.
Either somebody told
Hold on
you-
a second. Let me solve this.
Okay.
We must learn who this is that controls these creatures. And
Clearly, they are getting their information and instructions from someone
Well,
intelligent.
From what I've forgotten all the names. From what was it? Durak.
Durak.
It was
Yeah.
talking about the ways. There was a creature that is able to make these
their land.
from their land that is able to make these, and I think we've established that he's somewhere in that channel between Brittany and here, and obviously he's been making an army of squid-like creatures, and I don't know what he has against Durak or how he's able to track her. But if he's been here as long or shortly after, as long as they have, he's had 50 to 100 years to make a squid army, and that worries me more than anything else, because they could be all underneath this city right now waiting to attack.
That is repulsive. And maybe
They
true.
could come swarming out of the river, out of the Seine, and lay waste to this city before anybody knew about it.
We will need a lot more fire.
We're going to need a lot more people.
Perhaps we could use the guidance of Salah, where she was able to give me the artifact to find the assassin of my master. Perhaps we could locate
I
where
think
this creature
we
is.
should go with Durak to her family,
Of
and then
course.
we should go report directly to the war chief with Durak and get us in. We can explain what we see and what we know, because I think this town needs to be alerted.
They at least need to
Indeed.
know how to fight these.
They do, and they also need to know. I mean, if they have to send scouts in to see, to clear out the sewers, if they're in there. I mean, it could be an isolated event, but from what we've seen, these things have been chasing Durak from Leon to here.
But they did not first appear with her. They appeared to you.
We saw them in the river.
Correct.
We saw that one in the river
They
shortly
weren't.
after.
She wasn't with us though. That was when we went.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, they had followed. They had kind of followed you guys.
Okay. I thought that was when we went to go get the body back, and they weren't with us. Okay.
Well, they were kind of like
ahead.
Okay.
or behind. I don't remember. But
Okay.
yeah, they
Yeah.
were in the vicinity. They weren't right there.
Right. Yeah, we were ahead of them.
And there was one up the river, which I thought was a one-off event. And
But-
then there were the
right.
ones that attacked us on the island.
Right. Where
And-
she was not.
Where she was not. And now this. So there seem to be plenty of them, and they seem to have a plan, or
This
at least
is-
guidance.
They're connected to both Durak and the bodies
And
we
if
keep
he
finding.
can make
Yes.
more, I'm worried if he's been here for 50 to 100 years, he's got an army of them. I think that this is serious enough to warn the city, and we should maybe talk to the orcs about putting aside the game and unifying, because this is the kind of thing that got them in trouble in the first place.
It's true.
First things first, we go check on Durak's
Yeah.
children,
Yes.
Yeah.
and then we will warn the town.
We still need to get north. If we can get alert our kin, maybe we can. The orcs and the Norse can combine, and we can sweep down from the north.
The Norse come down and the orcs come up, and we can trap this creature in the middle.
But I haven't heard from our kin, and I'm concerned that either it's infighting or something bad has happened, or both.
Your army is indeed strong, but with God on our side, I'm sure that we could eradicate this foe.
We will ask for the assistance of all of our gods, I think.
Indeed.
Well, first let's go to Durak's house. Then we will see what the orcs have to say about this.
Okay. So you approach Durak's house, and there's a very large orc standing in the doorway as you approach, sort of steps out.
Dura, do you recognize this person?
That's my
As
husband.
we're approaching. Indeed. I'm kind of excited.
And she walks up to him, and they sort of grasp each other, and orcs don't kiss because they have tusks.
Headbutt.
But basically kind of a head. No, they like
they head
press their
nuzzle.
foreheads. Yeah, they head nuzzle.
Oh my god, I love it. That's adorable.
Well, yeah, tusks. Probably.
Yeah.
So-
This is like better like fly kisses with your forehead.
Right. Yeah, they intermingle forehead bristle.
Yeah. It's so adorable. No, I think it's like so sweet.
They lean on each other and look each other's eyes.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she goes inside, and the children come running up, and she picks them up, and they head nuzzle as well. And then,
Lots of grunting and squealing.
yes. And her husband, like, kind of eyes you, and then sort of steps to the side so he can go in. But he has a sort of a suspicious look on his face.
I'm going to greet him in the custom of, as we have established, the custom of the orcs. The I see you.
Okay.
Sort of give him.
Okay. He nods and returns.
Did she tell us his name when she spoke about him?
I don't think so. I don't know if I came up with a name.
May I know of your honorable name, husband of Durak?
I'm going to figure that out right now.
Yeah. His name is
Husband of Durak.
Durak.
Mr.
His name is
Durak.
Rio, and he dances on the sand.
Is he hungry like the wolf?
Ryok. His name is Ryok. And he dances on the sand. And he likes pina coladas.
Mixing our metaphors here.
I know. Those two songings.
I'll name him Karak.
Karak.
Durak and Karak.
Oh, they're
That
that,
won't be
they're that
confusing
family
at all.
where all
Yes.
the kids had to have the K names.
Right.
And he's Karak, and it's Karaz and Karand.
Right.
Okay.
There was a family down the street, and they had, I think, 8 or 9 kids, and they all started with D. It was Dougie, Donna,
Yep.
Doris, Debbie, Diane,
'Cause
Darren, and Darcy.
as you do.
I had a friend
And
who
David.
was one of 13 children, and all of their names started with the letter P.
Oh, that's just not right.
Yep.
Or it's
In fact,
massively
all
awesome.
of his initials, his first name, his middle name, and his last name started with a P.
It's a lot of P.
Yeah.
Did you ever hear of the
Fascinating.
Santucci family in
No.
Long Beach?
Stanley Tucci family?
Santucci. I knew a bunch of them from Boy Scouts when I was a kid. 16 children.
Wow.
Yeah. And I'm looking because I thought they may have done something similar to that, but I don't know if they give the names of the kids.
That's like my grandparents. It's like 22 kids. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't have a list
I
of
don't
the
even
names.
have that many people in my whole family.
Back in Ireland,
Yeah, I mean,
whole towns with the same last name.
So, but he has sort of a suspicious look on his face even still, but he lets you on. And then he says in Orcish, because you understand Orcish, correct? Mm-hmm. He says in Orcish, where have you been? And then she basically recounts the story and how you guys rescued her from these squid octopi people. Mm-hmm. And at that point, once she finishes the story, he turns to you and says, I thank you for bringing the mother of my children home.
How long was that conversation?
Go ahead, you make one. Make him pick up a word.
What is it? You roll your intelligence?
Educate?
Education.
Educate? No.
Yeah, that thing's
Perception? I don't remember. What was it?
probably education.
It was education.
It was education. Okay.
I think so.
yeah. Hild's probably
I
listening
got
a little bit too.
What's the success? I need 5
5s and 6s.
Yeah, I got that.
You got nothing.
I'm trying to learn Icelandic.
Oh,
and
you got
Arabic.
one.
I got one. I learned one word.
And we'd say you needed to get what? 25 or 50 of them?
50.
50.
Yeah.
And then you know the
We're
language.
never gonna.
I'm at 3.
It makes sense though.
Oh wait,
It would take a long time.
nope. I'm at 1 because that's for Arabic.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
two in Arabic and
I have
three in Orcish.
Icelandic and Arabic.
This is like a little mini game that we're playing. It's a side game that we're playing to see if we can learn the language.
Who can learn the
It's kinda
language
fun.
first?
Oh, I know what you said.
It's just like, gems when you were in EQ and you were like waiting for a mob or whatever to pop up, so you just played they had like a little mini game attached to the game.
Right. So, after you're sitting there and the happy reunion happens, and then Durak says, I'm wondering if we should wait until the morning. My husband has informed me, you overheard this, that the chieftain is in an important critical meeting and is not to be disturbed.
We are visitors to your town, and I don't know your customs. If your chieftain will not be alarmed that you waited, then that's your call.
Of course.
Where I come from, they would want to know immediately.
Is there
Day or night.
a guard? I would know this from Paris. Is there somebody, like, there's probably a human guard I could alert.
Oh, sure. Absolutely,
Okay.
yeah.
We could alert the city guard.
The guards sort of patrol.
I don't think it's wise to start panic on our own and start rumors. We should go directly to the top and let them.
Pardon me.
Yes.
First, you were interested in telling all that we could to save the people.
I do, but I want to start at the top. This is an orcish town, and I don't want to get in trouble with the orcs while I'm in their town.
The city guard controls the town as well. The orcs let the humans, the people, do their business. They are here, of course, but it would not be dishonorable to approach the human
The
guard.
chieftain may take offense if he was not informed first.
I beg to disagree as someone who is...
I don't know orcs as well as you do. I know that my kinsmen would be very upset if we didn't go through the proper chain of command, but if they don't seem to care...
This is the proper chain of command.
Okay.
All you missed is Jean-Marie getting a little like, yo, they let us do our business. This is not breaking any sort of chain of command.
Karak has opinions on this because he's a warlord.
I think you
Yep.
just turned yourself off.
No, I just turned myself on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's a warlord. He says, just send a messenger and give it to the guard at the war hut. I was in the bathroom. Is that what you guys decided
Yeah.
to do? Okay.
Sure.
He also says, and write it down. Because the guards will not remember everything you tell them.
Indeed. So I will write that down in Orcish.
Okay.
And in Human.
What are you writing?
That Durak was captured by what appear to be supernatural creatures that have some link to their Orcish past.
Do you have a name for these Durak? These squid?
We call them the minions of Dragthagash.
So we'll say that.
Okay.
And that they are half human, half squid.
And how many did you see? We killed 5.
I think that was what I saw. It was 5.
But I will mention that we have seen them already. This is on the 3rd occasion that we've seen them. And I don't know that is there anything else we should alert them to? I don't want to bury the lead, and that's really the most important.
They are vulnerable to fire.
Yes.
Make sure you include their weakness.
Duroc, before we send this out, do you know of any reason or way that they could be tracking you? Because they seem to appear when they're around you.
Perhaps they have spies?
Yes.
Perhaps they follow us in nearby waterways. I do not know.
Drag could... I don't know if this is important before the message goes, but Dragthogosh, not throw, Dragthogosh.
Dragthogosh, yeah.
Is the giant sort of dragon-like creature, right?
So we call it the water worm.
The water worm who chased the orcs from their...
That is one of many creatures that chased the
Okay.
orcs from our homeworld.
Okay. Oh yeah, Warlord of the Great Sea. It would appear that this...
I think you should put some notes in there that we've encountered them 3 times.
Yes, as I mentioned, of course.
From Lyon to here. And I think I have... I don't know, it's up to them to draw their conclusions, but I have concerns that this town is infiltrated with them.
They stole the body, right? From what we could figure, because there
They
was a bunch
stole
of water
They stole the original
So
orc body you guys found.
We'll put that down too. That as The Rock has informed you, she's found information about missing tribes, and that they first appeared when they stole one of the bodies.
Sounds good.
Do you recommend additional?
Should we mention the discovery of the lost tribe? The bodies of the lost tribe?
I assume she already did because she went and visited.
That's why she was sent.
Yeah,
They know. They heard rumors.
Yeah,
Right.
so they're all down with that
Right.
shit,
And
and, she
and
already
that's-
brought the body back.
And she will tell you that was her
Yeah.
private meeting with the chieftain was to relay that information,
Mm-hmm.
the contents of the scrolls that you guys found and stuff like that.
Cool.
That stuff is all been.
Which went missing.
No, the historical scrolls. The historical scrolls, no one was interested in taking. They held no intrinsic value.
I'm also writing in French a letter that's much less detailed, but that just says, be on the alert for demon-like creatures that appear to be half-man, and
Okay.
but that advisable not to alert. Not to what's the word I'm looking for? Not alert, but panic.
Right.
But the powers that be that should probably know this.
I'm going to draw a quick map, like where the Seine is and where the wells were.
Okay.
The well network that we found them in. Just a quick sort of, X here, Seine, 200 feet, just so they have an idea if they're going to do a search party where to start.
Got it. Okay.
I think that's more than enough information.
I agree.
It's not my city to defend, unless I'm in it, but I have grave concerns about this. This doesn't seem to be a small event, and I think it would be wise to get the city on our side.
I agree. I will step out the front door. Because they don't have any other sentries or anything.
No.
I will call to what looks like some.
Like a guard or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And pay what seems like the appropriate amount of asses or denarii.
Probably asses and probably
Yeah.
just a couple. Probably
Yeah.
2.
Yeah. So to deliver to both the captain of the city guard or whatever office they have,
Right.
and then also, of course, the
war hut.
Mhm,
Okay.
the war hut.
All right. That guy goes running off.
Cool. Cool.
We can do no more tonight.
Or can we?
I think it might be possible, or it might be wise that we don't go anywhere alone in the buddy system.
I would like.
Because if they were able to take the rock unawares, I think all of us or any of us would pray.
What time is it? I forgot. I'm sorry.
It was nighttime.
It's
Yeah.
like
It
in
was
the
dark.
middle of the night,
Right
though,
now,
right?
it's probably like close to midnight.
Okay.
Kataba left immediately after the fight and went to go find her
okay.
her teacher.
Salah.
Her teacher's
Okay.
teacher.
She's got homework to do.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's out of the picture.
Excellent. Then I would sleep.
Okay.
Oh, good thing too.
Oh,
'Cause I have
is she putting us
naps.
up in her house to sleep?
Yes,
too?
of course,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
She was, yeah. The
Yeah, okay.
husband might go.
Yeah.
That's a good point because he might be like, "Honey."
No, he doesn't seem. He doesn't seem. I mean, he's not happy,
Yeah.
but he's not arguing.
Who really is when you have visitors,
Right.
right? It's like it's very nice to see you.
Well,
When are you
especially
leaving?
he's been on a campaign. He comes back home to his lovely
Yeah.
wife, and there's company, and he's like,
Yeah.
Random
Yeah.
humans.
had other plans I was going to do with my wife and me.
He. You also notice he kind of stops talking entirely because he seems to have picked up on the fact that you understand.
Ah, okay.
So they're just
True.
not talking at
Okay.
all.
Probably wise.
Trying to figure out a language that both he and his wife would know.
Pig Latin Orcish.
Right.
Pig Latin. Do orcs speak Pig Latin? That's funny.
They probably have their own.
Well, they have their sort of their war language as well,
I know.
True.
but that's not. That doesn't convey any subtlety whatsoever. That's move here, move there,
Yeah,
stop
it's
this advance, flank here.
The language of tactics.
right.
Come on, honey, let's go. You and I go flank each other.
I was going to say, isn't that the pillow talk, the language of tactics?
Right?
So their home has 3 bedrooms upstairs, and there's sort of like the large sort of entertaining room, and then there's a sort of a kitchen and a larder off to the side. And she asks you, would you like to use the children's rooms, or would you like to sleep down here?
As you would prefer.
I'll sleep down here.
Yeah, I think it
That's
is
fine.
easier to
Very well.
be on guard down here.
Can we access the roof?
From upstairs, you can access the roof.
Okay.
Are there locks on the doors and windows? Like these
Latches. Yeah.
After they all go back upstairs, I'm going to go through and make sure everything's locked and latched.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep a little fire in the fireplace.
All right.
Just enough that if something decided to slither down, it would be,
Singed.
or at least discouraged.
Discouraged.
You'd at least hear the sizzle.
They don't
Okay.
like fire, so.
It smells like breakfast.
Are you guys going to set up any watches or anything? Or?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, I'm a little on edge, so I'm going to just say I need some sleep, but it'll probably be a fitful sleep.
Okay.
Wake up at every noise kind of thing. But
Right.
I can't imagine that I'm going to be too wiped out.
I'm going to say, is it Matins? Midnight prayers?
You're
the
approaching
canonical
that.
hours. Yeah. So I'm going to go on the roof.
Okay.
Since I'm not going to go to church until morning, but I would like to go to church, but I will go onto the roof.
Okay.
So I'd like to pray to our Lord
All right.
to help us in our endeavor, and basically like sort of a pleading prayer to please help us with, we are going to face a great demon from another world that will try to possibly overcome our world and harm God's creatures and da 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 and so on and so forth.
Okay. All right. Are you staying up there, or are you going to go back downstairs?
I will go back downstairs, but I will definitely spend some time because I have not spent time paying, attention to God.
Spiritual
as-
matters.
Yes.
Okay. So you go back down eventually.
Yeah.
And everyone make like a perception roll.
Hooray. Those are awesome.
Oh no.
And add in
Is there any kind of reading people
Survival?
or anything?
survival would work if you have survival.
Okay.
Or anything else?
No. Not really. Pretty much.
Cool.
Not really. I can't think of any off the top.
That's okay.
That reminds me, I should have
One
spent
success,
my
but I need 2 to be successful, right?
Yes.
Wow.
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 Why is it always the perception rolls? Like, you go to do other stuff, but, like, you'll do that, or you'll roll initiative and you crit.
18 successes.
Yeah.
Four.
Yeah, I have 4 6s. Boxcars 2 times.
Okay. If it's okay, I was going to spend my experience to up my perception because it's really low.
Okay, sure.
And I forgot to do that before now, but I'm going to do it right
Good
now.
job.
I haven't spent any experience yet. I should do that.
Oh, you should
Yeah.
totally do that, because you can up some stats.
Okay. Let's see if I notice a thing. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 successes.
All right. Well, you probably wake up first.
Okay.
You wake up and the inside of the house is filled with quite possibly the thickest fog you've ever seen in your life.
Oh.
And then she wakes up moments later. Probably just before your brain starts to sort of totally wake up and start piecing things together. She was like,
So I'll be like,
Huh.
Hild,
right.
Ulrich. And then I'm going to run to rap on the door. Are they far from us? Are they up a floor?
They're upstairs. You have to go upstairs, and then there's a short hallway. And
I don't
there's
necessarily
3
want
doors.
to wake the children, but I will rap on their door.
Okay, as you start running up the stairs,
Okay.
there is a figure in the stairway. The fog is so thick you can't tell who or what it is, and you can't even really tell what direction it's facing. It's more like a shadow in front of you.
Indeed. Durak. Mr. Durak. Karak.
Let's all roll initiative.
Okay. And that's rolling our reaction.
Your reaction and add it up, and I just need to know
Yep.
who's highest.
Okay.
Not so great. 10 for me.
12.
12 also.
So each of you roll one more time to see who breaks the tie.
The same number of things?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do.
Ooh, maybe. Yeah, just
Okay.
barely. 9.
9. All right. So we'll go with the even originally. So even is which direction? It says on the it should be on your character sheet.
Odd to right, even to left.
So it'll start with Hild, and it will go this direction,
Okay.
clockwise.
Okay, so I'm in...
So you hear her call out, "Krach,"
Yeah.
and then he would get an action first. You hear the bellowing of an orc warrior coming from the stairwell, and I'm going to give him an action since you were kind of caught unawares.
No, that's good. Well, because I don't know if it's them or not. That's
Right.
why I decided to not take the stealthy knock on the door thing.
Yeah.
Or tackle the creature.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that would probably not go so well for Jean-Marie.
You do not recognize the orc. Once it gets close enough to you, it basically tries to like a shoulder bash to knock you down the stairs.
To knock me down?
Right.
Okay.
You're kind of able to step out of the way.
Okay.
So you're both still in very close quarters.
And I don't recognize...
You do not recognize this orc. I mean, Karach was dressed. I mean, he's a warlord, so he's dressed in like robes with awesome armor, and he looks, and he's going to be a little bigger than this guy.
But they went to bed.
They went to bed.
But I still am now suspicious that it's not him, though.
You know it's not him.
Not Karak.
You know it's not him.
Okay. So
Now it's to you.
So from
So you-
where I am, in the living room, I hear...
You hear the
Can I free
bellow.
action yell to...
Sure.
Yeah. So I will say there is an intruder, orc.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to run towards where I heard that bellow from.
That's up the
The
stairway.
stairs.
Up the stairs?
Where I yelled.
Okay.
Yeah.
Narrow stairway, like an old-timey stairway. And
Yeah.
it's like... And you're going up, and she's right in front of you, and then right behind her, you can see this big looming shadow.
If I hear you doing your like running up the stairs, I will try to crouch down as far as I can.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, because if they're that narrow
and
where it's like single
give her
passage,
give her like a some
she
footing
can-
to leap up.
she's totally going to Gal Gadot that shit
All right.
because she's much bigger than I am, and
I mean, if you didn't do that,
that's
she'd probably
totally
just
trample
you.
me.
Right.
So I'm giving her passage.
You can, if you would like to try to take a swing, you can.
I would, I
Cool.
would like to
You're-
take a running swing.
You're
at
gonna
this
be
guy.
you're gonna be at like -1 die to your attack dice pool because
Okay.
it's really close quarters here, and you're using. I'm assuming you're using a two-handed axe.
Yeah.
No, I don't
Your
know.
new fancy?
My new fancy one is one-handed.
It's one-handed. Okay, all right.
She
So,
uses a
so don't worry
shield.
about that.
Yeah.
So don't worry about the penalty. Okay.
Actually, I don't want to take a swing at him. I would like to shield bash him
Okay.
Cool.
because I want to get him out of the stairway where it's easier to
moths.
fight.
Okay. So knock him up into the. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mott's. How many? Who has what?
4.
I have 0 right now.
6.
6.
Okay.
Don't splash the pot. In my club, I will splash the pot whenever they fuck.
So
Have a happy thing.
for shield bashing, I just used my melee attack, right?
Use melee. And do you have unarmed
Brawling?
brawling?
I do have brawling.
Yeah, use brawling.
Okay, that's not as good as melee, but that's okay. And then plus strength, or
No, it'd just be it'd be your melee stat
Oh.
plus brawling.
Yeah.
okay,
So you get to add those
this is 5 instead of
groups
6.
of- yeah.
Got it. I see. Yeah, because it's not melee dice pool plus brawling, right? It's melee attack plus.
No, your melee dice pool is probably calculated for your axe.
Yeah.
Right.
It is. Nope, I got
One
one
success.
success.
Right, so he's able to kind of step to the side and sort of shove your shield out of his way.
Okay.
And then now it's Gina's turn. Or Jean-Marie. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
actually,
because we're going
I'm
that
actually
way.
going to throw some kindling on the fire to lighten this place up, and maybe it'll help burn off the fog.
Okay.
Because it's hard to see, right?
It's very hard to see. Yes.
So that'll be my turn, is
Okay.
stoking the fire and then getting my axe out.
Throwing some hay or something on it to get it to sort of surge. All right. Well, the dude in the hallway is going to attempt to hit you with his axe, and he will take a 1
Which
die.
is a U. A Ute.
Probably me.
Yeah.
That might sound
A Ute.
the scariest looking person in the hallway.
Well, exactly. That is not me crouched in a little ball at his feet.
And he's going to take a 1 die penalty because he's using a two-handed axe.
Okay, and I have a shield, so that's minus 2d6 for attackers also.
All right. Whoa!
All the 6s ever.
I hit.
Okay.
How is your melee dice pool worked out?
It is strength plus agility divided by 2 drop fractions.
Okay.
I'm assembling his damage dice pool. Eight minor,
Okay.
6 serious.
Your armor, she has. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the shield.
Well, the shield reduced the dice
Right.
pool. What's your armor?
The 2 question mark? I forget.
Is it leather?
Yeah.
It'd be 2.
2. Okay.
So that subtracts. So that gives you 4 serious and 8 minor.
4 serious, 8 minor. Okay.
That's total of 12 hit points.
Okay.
What's your hit points?
14.
Okay, so you have 2 hit points left. Okay. All right.
Me?
No, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, and then you're hearing rustling in other parts of the house.
Have we heard Durak and Kurak?
You are hearing
Open.
the sound of people
Okay.
running around upstairs. Yes.
Okay.
You guys can definitely hear that.
Flippin' hell. Well, what I'm going to do is it's not super smart, but I'm going to do it because I'm down there and he attacked her back. I'm going to bite his ankle as hard as I can.
No, right?
Because I feel like, I mean, we just got woken up. I'm walking up the stairs. I get surprised. Like, this is seconds. So I think that's the first thing I would do is
You're on
try
the
to be
ground
like,
anyway.
yeah.
Bite his ankle. Okay.
Which is not awesome.
Cool. Do it.
Cool.
melee
So strength.
plus brawling.
Okay. Oh, cool. I have no brawling, so cool.
This is an unskilled attack.
You know what? Let's fail that roll.
Okay. Well, you're not supposed to fail combat rolls.
Oh, you can't take a failure?
No, not
Okay.
combat rolls.
Okay, here we go.
Because there's so many.
Oh, no, that's cool. I failed anyway.
You failed.
Yeah,
You try
but
to
I
bite
didn't
him, and he
take a
kind of
failure.
like kicks you,
Yeah.
not hard enough to actually do damage, but he kind of kicks you in the face.
Awesome. No, that's good.
And it's now back to.
Now it's back to you.
Now it's
To
back
Hild.
to me. Okay. Let's see.
Now, do you remember if your melee dice pool? You can take pairs of dice to increase your
Yeah,
the TN
I need to do that, but I roll so shitty that I think it's going to make it impossible for me to hit him. So, because I have to reserve 2, right?
Yeah, in pairs gives you a +1 to your TN.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to swing at him.
You're going to reserve 2?
I'm going to reserve 2 and take a swing at him. Yeah, with my axe. And I'll hit. Yay!
All right.
2 successes. Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. And then strength plus skill plus 6, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
And I have axes written down as doing 3/4 damage.
okay.
So do minor on 3s and make serious on 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I have. Well, I have 4, 5.
For axes?
Plus,
Oh, I have a one-headed axe. It says.
Oh, this is like a great axe. Let me see. Let me check. There may have been a
I
discrepancy.
have a one-headed axe. It's strength plus skill plus 6, 4 to 5.
ooh.
Oh, the two-handed axes are 3/4.
Okay. So what do I count?
So are you using it? Is it single one-handed axe?
Single-handed,
Okay,
yeah.
so it'd be 4/5.
Okay.
You got all the damage.
I got mostly 4s and 5s and 6s
All right.
anyway.
So what's the total 4 up,
Total 4 up is 8,
and then how many 5 up?
6.
8. So that's 14.
Wow.
Yeah, she did all the damage ever.
Nice.
So that's 14 minor and 8 serious.
Yes. Yes?
Yeah.
No,
No?
for 8 minor and 6 serious, right?
Oh, yeah. 14
For a
was
total of 14.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
8 minor, 6 series. Yeah.
Okay.
So I hit him slightly harder than he hit me.
Yes. Putting him right about in the same range of
Hurtedness.
perilousness as that you're in.
Cool.
And now it's Ulrich.
Well, there's nothing I can do on the stairs. It's probably too small.
Well-
I can probably get to the foot of the stairs, yeah? Unless there's somebody else
you
in
can
the
get
house.
you can get right to the foot.
Well, now that the house is lit up more, are there more? And is there any way that I could tell that how they got in?
Make a perception roll. Because there's it's a cacophonous event.
Sure.
You just need 1. Oh, you got 2 anyway. No,
Nice.
you need 2.
Yeah.
There you go. So, yes, you are hearing some very hard thumping coming from the back door leading into the entertaining room.
Okay, I'll head that way.
Okay.
Holy crap.
Now you are hearing noise upstairs that sounds like a fight.
Shit, this
Okay.
Okay. Then I think I know what I'm going to do.
He is going to take another swing at you. Now you're 1, 2, 3.
Take a swing at Hild.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Yeah.
you've at this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's at -2 for shield,
Uh-huh.
and he's at -2 for damage, and then he needs to get 3 successes.
And I reserved 2.
Right. Well, he normally needs 2, but now he needs 3.
Oh, okay.
And this is the thing I'm going to have to figure out, because he has a dice pool of 2 now. And last time I just said they couldn't hit you, because the assumption is if you have moments of truth, you just spend the moments of truth. So I'll just keep going the way I had been going, and I'll just roll these, and if I get 2 successes, I'll roll 1 more die and see if I get a success.
Okay.
I guess. I don't know. No. What I'll probably end up doing is coming up with a rule for GM moments of truth. So the GM will have a small stack of them. Now there are monsters and NPCs, like major ones, that in their stats come with a certain number of moments of truth. Like Drag the Mesh comes with a stack of moments of truth.
Well, you could have one for each player.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have something like that
divided by 2, or
for when that sort of thing happens. At least you spend 1 and there's a viable dice pool.
Yep.
All right. So so he misses. Let's do it this way. Okay. There's still someone kicking at the door.
Does the door seem locked?
You latched them. You latched it yourself. It's going this way, though, so it's to you now. I'm just letting you know that there's more beating on the door.
It's me. Dear God, please help our friends to see, because there's still really thick fog, right? Or is it dissipating? Okay.
Oh, it's starting to dissipate a little bit because there's more fire and light coming from behind you.
Oh, okay. So they are starting to be able to see?
A little bit.
I am still going to try to, so she's mumbling in Latin, basically a prayer, and I'm going to try to, no, because that's 2 actions. So, no, it's moving. I'm going to try to crawl around behind him.
Okay.
But I am going to try to pray to create an element, wind, to blow the rest of the mist away.
Sure, you can do that.
From this home.
Okay.
Because I don't know what's going on upstairs, or if there is, totally all messed up in fog also. Oh, how much entropy would I have possibly gained back? Because I didn't.
How many did you have?
Oh, I was maxed out.
I'll say you slept 4 hours.
Okay.
So four points back.
Well, I have 10, so 5 back, half of it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Yeah, otherwise I'd still try to do it, but that
we'd all die.
That would go less. Mine is water, so it's going to be not water; it's air. So actually, let's do that. 1 entropy, but 4 successes.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
The wind picks up, and it's like there's a high pressure zone in the middle of the house, and it starts sort of moving towards the walls and seeping between the cracks in the doors and such.
Cool. So I want them to be able to see.
Nice.
It's yours.
All right. Now that I can see a little bit, let's cleave this guy in the face.
All right.
Do it. Right in the face, please.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm still going to reserve 2. And try and use my other 4 to hit this guy.
Boom.
Success!
All right.
Yay! Okay. And then... Oh yeah, I just have to roll all my dice.
It's like 12 dice or something.
Yeah, it's all of
them. That's cool.
All right.
And you only really need to do 2 points of damage and then stop counting.
Okay. Well, I did more than that.
Okay.
So, not as good as last time, but still pretty good. 4 above 5 and 7 above 4.
Wow. Okay. All right. He's down and out.
Yay.
You cleaved him.
Aha.
You cleaved him bigly in the chest with that.
Does this door look like it's in danger of breaking or splintering?
Well, whoever's on the other side is not giving up. And it does look like that they're maybe are making some progress because the door seems to fit more loosely in the door jamb than it did when you latched it.
Is there like a chair or something I can wedge it against
Sure.
it? Yeah, I'm going to do that for now. And then,
Okay.
And then back off a little.
Okay.
And ready my axe.
All right.
I wonder if now's the time to up my strength stat. The 60 XP that I have.
You want to level up in the middle of
yeah.
combat? Ding!
Now would be the time, right? I can wait till after.
All right.
That would only be fair because
But after, look out.
Okay, had the chair not been there, he would be in the room.
okay.
With the chair there, it kind of knocked the door off the hinges, mostly. But probably on his next kick, it's going to come flying. That your little contraption there is going to come flying apart.
Okay.
Okay. To you. So you guys can, just so you know, the orc in the stairway is on the ground now, or he's laying in the stairway, which makes it difficult to navigate the stairway. There's a fight going on upstairs, and you can hear banging and stuff happening downstairs.
Duly noted.
I would like to continue, because God has responded to my pleas.
Yes.
I am going to more fervently pray to. I want to shove this guy right down the stairwell over Hild, like so that he falls in, like it's a horror movie in the 70s and maybe breaks his neck.
Oh, it's like as he's coming down, you want to kind of...
Yeah, because she's battling him, which is totally cool, and she can
Right.
continue to. But I want to push him down the stairs with wind.
Because he knocked it. He's
knocked
out.
out.
He is
Yeah,
knocked
he's out.
down then.
He's
Okay,
Yeah, he's
cool.
knocked out, yeah.
Then I'm going to go up to the bedroom.
So you're going to keep going upstairs?
Yeah, that's what I'll do.
right.
Cool.
I'll tell you what. You basically get up there, and there's 3 doors here.
Okay.
There's 2 on the other side, which are the kids' doors, and then there's the master bedroom, which is the one on the end. Mm-hmm. It's open, and the fight is happening from inside.
And the kids sound fine.
Not hearing a peep.
Okay. I'm going to check on them, though.
Okay.
I want to make sure nobody's, like put their hands over their
you're-
mouth and...
You're headed toward the door.
Yeah, I'll go towards the kids' doors.
Okay.
I am going to run towards the fighting
Okay.
because that's
Up
what
the
I
stairs
would
or
do.
downstairs?
Up the stairs.
Okay. All right.
I would like to hold my action until there's a body part in the room, and then I want to hit it with my axe.
Okay. So since you're bounding up there, you can get like right to the doorway. You can't take any other action this turn.
Okay.
But you get right to the doorway, and there is another orc that you do not recognize.
Orcs.
And he is carrying another great axe. And you see Karach buck naked with an axe, like battling and parrying him.
The one guy.
Yeah.
That's hot.
I know, right? I was thinking the same thing, so thank you. I was like, wow, this is sexy. I want to know what the music is. Does she see Duroc?
Yeah, is it just
it's
her?
cool. She doesn't.
Duroc is like in the
When you
corner.
say see Duroc,
She's-
what is it you're looking at?
No, I just
Oh,
want
Duroc,
to.
not
Is she
Duroc.
still in the room? Is she? Yeah.
Yeah, she's like backed away in a corner.
Okay.
She's like holding a sword.
Okay.
But she is not a warrior. She's a sage.
Right. Correct. I know.
She's a thinker, not a fighter.
This is like the Jason Momoa
Okay.
orc, dad, husband.
I feel like that's probably a theme with
Thou shalt not covet
Yeah.
Duroc's husband, but in quiet maybe we can.
Listen, she's got her eye on Umguir.
Yeah,
it's fine.
it's true.
So that's what you see.
I was going to hold my action until there was a body part in the room.
Okay.
Foot, leg, head, face, whatever. So that I could actually hit it with my axe. And my axe.
Your feeble chair is still holding, barely. The door is off the hinges, the latch is broken, but the chair is holding the door like a little
I'm going to basically
ramp.
position myself so that it's sort of a surprise attack. So, like, if he kicks it in, I can
Okay,
chop at his foot.
got it.
Hopefully that gives me a bonus for shock and surprise.
Well, you'll get to act first because
Okay.
you're holding.
I'm going to get my shield out, too. I have a feeling I'm going to need it. What are you holding up?
I
Oh,
don't
he's
know,
counting.
something's
It
happening.
looked like he was holding something up, like
No, I'm seeing what's happening with the fight. I've been sort of like half-assing the fight in the bedroom.
Because we weren't up there
Because you
yet.
weren't there, but now
Yeah.
you're there.
But stuff was happening.
What a shit damage roll.
Jesus, there's a lot of dice over there, though.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
That's crap.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah,
Or maybe not.
the intruder smacks him with the axe pretty hard in the shoulder.
Oh.
Not hard enough to stop him, but pretty hard.
Okay.
You watch him take the blow, and you're like, damn. Especially since he's not wearing any armor.
Yeah.
So now it's back to you.
I know, and I just have like a shift on or a chemise or something, so I don't want to get hit with anything either.
Checking the first door.
I checked the first door. Good. Okay, good. And then I'll go check the second door.
I can corroborate.
I want to make sure.
This thing.
I'm going to go motion to go in with the brother or sister, whichever one.
Okay, all right.
The littlest one.
Yes.
Okay. And I forget which one was which. Oh, the sister is Karaz.
Yeah.
So I'm going to wait there for her, but motion to her to go in with her
Okay.
brother.
She gets up and does
Okay.
that.
And then I'll go towards the melee also.
Okay.
But that's me.
All right.
Okay. Let's see.
You currently have a TN1 to hit this guy because he doesn't know you're there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, that helps because I'm not as good at throwing, but I want to throw an axe at him.
Okay. All right.
I'll throw my extra axe at him. All right. So what does the TN1 mean? It just means I only need
You
one.
need one success.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So in throwing plus agility or strength?
It would be melee. No, ranged. Ranged attack plus throwing,
Ranged attack.
which is agility plus perception divided by 2 drop fractions. And if you
Yeah,
just
it
upped
should
your
be.
perception, it may have changed.
Yeah.
You range dice pool?
3. Okay. That's what I thought it was. Cool. Let's throw an axe at this guy. I got 2 successes anyway.
Excellent.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so it's still the same. It's the same type of axe. So I rolled the same
I
strength.
think the damage. Let me
Is
see.
the damage different for throwing?
Let me look because I think I put something in there for ranged weapons.
Okay.
Now yours is what? Strength plus skill plus
6.
6. That's for like a throwing axe. So yeah, make it strength plus skill plus 6.
Okay.
Same damage.
It's a one-handed axe. It does the same either whether you hold it or throw it.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
but it's bigger. It's like an orc axe, right? Is that the one you're throwing, or is it
No.
it's just small? Then it'd
I'm
be
throwing-
+4. It'd be +4.
Okay. That's 4. Got it.
Oof.
Ooh. That's not great.
And let me see what the damage numbers are.
Pretty bad,
They might be
actually.
4-5. I'm not sure though.
It is. It's 4-5.
Yeah, I have 4 5
throw?
written next to my axe.
Oh, I don't know.
but-
Yeah, it
You're
is
right.
4. It's 4-5.
Okay. So I only got 2 4s. That's like the lamest
Wow.
damage roll I've ever rolled. Yeah.
That glances right off his armor.
Damn it.
Clink.
And now he knows I'm here.
And now he knows you're here.
Son of a bitch.
Except he's got 2 opponents, right?
That's true.
Flanking him.
Yeah, does he want to ignore the angry naked orc?
Yeah.
Or the not
Which you always do at your peril.
the also angry Viking?
And there's a rule in here. Let me find it. Flanked. So if he decides to take defensive dice, the first set only affects either you or him.
okay.
That's the penalty for being flanked. So he has to concentrate on one or the other. Holding?
Yeah, holding.
All right. Bam! Knocked open. Comes in,
I'm going to take
and you're standing there at the ready.
Yes.
Cinderella boy.
Cinderella boy. All right, so
That one's out of the park.
I'm using my one-handed axe, so it's exactly the same thing as her. So
You're using
it's
about a 9 iron.
So it's what the melee dice pool is. My melee dice
Melee
pool is
plus your skill with the weapon. Melee one-handed.
yes.
You got 5s and 6s, and you got 1.
No, I got 5s and 6s now, right? I got 1.
You missed.
I missed.
Dope.
I should have spent a mod. I forgot I have all these mods.
Now he will attack you.
Okay, I have my shield, but I didn't split my attack pool, did I? So it doesn't do anything, right?
Does it? I don't think it has to. Does it?
If it's a medium shield like mine, it does -2 d6.
Okay, that's what I thought.
for-
It just
to
does
hit.
it. It just
Yeah.
does it as long as you're wearing it.
okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's yeah. Miss. Swing and a miss.
Cool.
And upstairs. He's going to take us. No, he's going to take a swing at Karak.
I was going to say, he's probably still a little bit far from me because I didn't go in the room. I just chucked an axe at
Right.
him from outside.
He would normally be at 6, but then he's going to want to set aside defense dice. He's going to set aside 2 pair.
Okay.
So Karak is at 4 successes to hit him, and you're at 3.
I need 3 successes? Okay.
And then I'm rolling to hit Karak, and he misses. But he's sort of moved, so he's not directly in between the two of you, and is trying to take a stance to. He's taking a very defensive stance at this point.
Okay.
Run past Hild into the room. Like you're in the room, but I'm
I'm
gonna
just
run
like out
You're-
slightly
you are
outside
still.
the doorway.
Okay.
Like the door is here, and I'm like standing right outside.
on your axe. I'm gonna slash my palm, and then I'm running into the room, and I'm gonna try to go around him as much as I can with a blood circle.
Oh, all right.
Because I'm gonna circle him.
Neat.
Okay.
Because I saw Katiba do this, not with blood.
Give me like a.
Yeah, because I don't know if I can cast it
Agility.
this round. Okay. Ooh, I'm so good at.
If you make the agility,
Oh man, I have 2 dice.
one success, and then you can cast it next turn. Otherwise, you have to spend next turn completing the circle.
Yeah, no problem. Because it felt like it narratively it would need to be more than 1. I don't know. I think I kind of want to spend 2
Okay.
mots on that.
Got it.
So we'll see. 1. God
That's
damn.
what you needed.
Oh, that's all I
you
needed.
needed.
That's
You
right.
needed 1.
Cool.
So next turn you'll be able to cast.
That was worth it. Thank you, Mots.
Okay.
Thank you, Mots.
Okay. Let me ask a question. What does orc bedding look like?
It's probably not raised. It's probably more like a mat on the ground.
Does it have a blanket?
Probably.
Okay. So, and Durak, if I remember correctly, is in the corner, probably on the other side of the bed from me.
Yes.
All right. In French, Hilda's going to yell, Durak, clothesline! Grab one side of the blanket.
Okay.
Durak is going to grab the other, and we're going to just clothesline this intruder or
Okay.
tear it to the ground while she does her thing,
Okay. All right.
is what I would like
Go
to
ahead and
do.
make a just melee plus brawling.
Okay. Melee plus brawling.
Say what you're doing one more time.
We're going to clothesline him to the
With a
ground
That's
with
what I
a
thought.
blanket.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah, like you do with
Sorry,
the
I was checking
raccoon
on the
that's in your
stream
house.
thing.
Right.
Cool.
Actual clothesline, not
Yeah.
not the harm clothesline.
Nice.
Yeah, no.
Are you doing this with Karak?
With Durak.
Yeah. Oh, Durak.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
because she's just standing in the corner.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. 2 successes!
Yeah.
Yay!
Good.
And he falls to the ground.
Yay.
Still inside the circle. And there's a blanket covering him.
This is an angry giant orc raccoon.
You are now facing dangerous orc man. Ulrich.
I'm going to spend a mot to add, was it 1 more dice?
1 more die.
2 5s.
2 successes.
All
You
right.
hit. Roll your significant damage.
And it is strength. Was it damage? What is damage? Strength plus 6 plus.
For which?
It's going to be strength plus skill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what that
If
means.
it's an axe,
Yeah.
plus
Plus 6.
6, I think. Is it 6 or 4?
6.
6, okay. 4 or 5 damage. You lost count. Okay.
Well, yeah. Strength plus skill. I had to keep looking at my skill here, which is 2. So plus 6.
Yes, I think we said 6.
Do I have to add 6 more dice? Or is
So
that
it's 6 dice plus strength plus skill. They're rolled. Just move them. You get at least 1 success there. So I got plenty.
Yeah.
Fours and higher first.
All right. So we got.
7,
Yep.
and then 5s and higher.
Which we got.
5. 5.
5.
So 12 total.
Yes.
But the 5,
And only 1 6.
he's got armor. So what is the total?
Let's see here. It's 12 total.
12 total. Okay. All right. So you hit him hard, and he's wearing that sort of orcish plate armor, and you can tell that a significant portion of the damage got absorbed by that.
By that gnarly plate armor.
Yeah. But you hit him. You knocked him back a little bit. So.
Okay.
And now it is their turn.
I have a shield.
You have a shield. Okay. 2 off. No, he misses. He misses you. You're hearing grunting from underneath the blanket.
Underneath the blanket in the bed?
Yes. Because you guys did the clothesline.
Oh,
There's kind of
yeah,
under
you
the
mean
blanket.
that guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the sound of excruciating pain.
I've trapped him in the circle. He's in the circle. He cannot move. We can find out. He calls out in pain from the blanket or the circle. You can step away. He is trapped.
You actually have to roll the spell.
Oh, yeah. You have to
Oh,
roll the
yeah.
spell. Do the spell.
Cool. But I'm going to do the spell and I'm going to yell that because I'm going to be
Okay.
so awesome.
So I'm assuming you're going to be using the body, or was it what is it?
I was doing circle vitae.
Vitae. That's what
Yeah,
I'm thinking of.
vitae.
Yeah, vitae. That would actually.
So, which I do have, and I have it too. And everything else I have is higher or the same. So
Okay.
I'm good at 2. Oh, except for that one, which is not in this spell. Okay. I am
Do you
not
have
pushing.
when doing circle? You have tons of options on what it is
Yeah.
you want to contain.
Yeah, and it would make sense in
Right.
this one that it be vitae. Okay.
Anybody want anything?
Oh, nothing.
I'll take a water.
Oh, come on. What a shit roll.
Wow.
Look, and I got
no.
a 1 entropy, but I only have 1 5 out of 7 dice.
Yeah, that's it. That's
That's a fail.
It's kind of a crap roll.
Cool. That's okay. It shit happens. Thank you. Can you throw that one at me? They're all bad dice. They were my good dice last time, though, so they're not really bad dice.
They're just tired.
Yeah, narratively, they said, you know what? It would be interesting if that spell didn't work.
There's blood sort of
Yeah.
blossoming on the blanket.
Oh,
Whoa.
okay. I'm gonna peel the blanket back
Yeah.
and take a defensive
entropy.
stance
The
until I
orc's
see
throat
what's under
is
it.
slit, and there's some kind of dagger in his lifeless hand, kind of.
He slit his own throat.
Rather than tell us who he was. Oh, can we hear
I
the
know, I'm
sounds
just, like,
of scuffle
staring- sorry.
from downstairs?
Huh?
Can I hear the sounds of scuffle from downstairs?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Orcs aren't quiet when they fight.
Yeah. I'm like,
I was just staring at
Viking.
Right.
Stu all slack jawed because I was like, "Wow, I did not expect that. That is cool."
I'm just gonna look at Karak
Okay.
and Durak and say it sounds like there's more of them downstairs, and then run for downstairs.
Okay. Karak is right after you.
Got business to do.
Right. Oh, he also screamed when he saw that scene. He's like, ah!
Yeah.
So right after you start running, he's
Wow.
right after.
Okay.
Crazy pants.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm going to spend another mod just to
Finish him.
heal.
Finish him.
I
see
A
successes.
bunch of them, yeah.
Excellent. Roll your damage. Better. 4s and higher first.
Okay. Let me just get rid of the... So that's everything. So we got 3 4s,
Ooh, look at all the 6s.
How many?
1 5, and 4 6s.
So that's 8. 8.
1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Yes.
And then 5 serious.
Nice.
So that's 8. All right, that will put him out.
How many are you rolling? That's awesome.
Probably
11.
See,
11.
I think that's part of what we were seeing too. Just when you were reading your recap, it was like missed roll.
It was.
Yeah, like the rolls
Because you're
to-
rolling badass.
The damage is good, but
Yeah.
our rolls to hit are like real easy to miss.
When I up my strength, that should
Your
help a
mic's
lot.
off, isn't it?
When I up my strength, I'll have to. That should help. Also, I
Yeah.
think the bow doesn't do nearly as much damage. It's skill plus 5.
Oh yeah, the axes are nice for damage.
Yeah.
I just gotta up my stats to hit.
So he's dead.
Okay.
Well, he is cool.
Is there anybody else outside the door?
Nope.
Okay.
Just like dissipating fog.
Yeah. Now the door's open. Oh, whew.
Yeah.
What is there a mon on them or a family sub?
There is in fact a distinct lack of any such insignia, which you find very unusual because you've never seen orcs that didn't have some sort of insignia saying with who their family was and which tribe was theirs. That's in fact that's how they identified the Catal that washed up on shore was by the
Well, I'm sure that Karak and Hild will find me standing over him,
right.
with a bloody,
So you guys come
bloody axe in my
running
hand.
Running
downstairs.
downstairs. Oh, this one is dead as well.
I don't see any signs of what family he is on him. Are they assassins?
We're out of combat, right?
I'm unfamiliar with that word.
Hired killers?
Well, there were once those who would receive dispensation to commit suicide for particularly sensitive missions. But it is rare, and to my knowledge has never been done in this world.
Well, he took great pains to erase any familial ties. I haven't searched him yet. Perhaps there's a message or...
He walks over and pulls out a knife, just like the knife the other guy had. He says, yep. He throws it on the ground. Let me find my...
I salute you. Such audacity.
I'm basically asking Durak the same thing, so I imagine she's
Right.
divulging the same. You must make an example of him. He should be displayed for all to see what you have done to him. And that no one can tamper with your house.
Trying to find something. Hold on a second.
And also look on his body for whatever, like pockets and
They have like
medallions or
there is like
tattoos
nothing.
or okay.
There is nothing identified.
No
Orcs don't
insignia
really
on the-
wear tattoos,
Okay.
but
Or piercings or scarification.
there's. I mean, literally, you can see looking at the armor because they're wearing orc battle armor. Someone has gone along and literally scoured off
Okay.
the. I mean, you can see the scratch marks of
Like
steel
they
wool
were
or something.
shamed or something?
What? Well, Durak probably wouldn't know a lot of this, she's not another warrior caste. But
Yeah.
Karak will tell you guys that in the times before we came here, during the game, occasionally a chieftain would pray to the gods to have dispensation to order a warrior to take their life should they be captured.
In this case, 2,
3.
3. So it would take somebody with a lot of money and power.
It just would take a chieftain.
The question is which.
To do what? As she's coming, I think we're going to come down the stairs so we can hook up and not.
Yeah,
have
you're
to
all
double up
you're all
on-
downstairs now.
Yeah.
And I told her the children are safe. And
Yes. Karak will tell you that a long time ago, during the game, every so often a chieftain would decide that he or she needed something done, someone assassinated, something nefarious done that the chieftain would not want would want to keep secret.
Yeah.
And it is considered one of the highest sins to commit suicide amongst the orcs.
Sure.
You can go into a hopeless situation in battle and know you're going to die, and that's perfectly fine. You get to go to a battle heaven or whatever. But to actually just take your life
Oh, for sure.
is considered very taboo. But there was at certain times or certain rituals that they would go through when they would recruit people who would be or orcs that would be willing to do this, always from the warrior caste. And that what the signs that he's seeing, the ceremonial blade, all scouring off of the armor, tells him that this was someone who doesn't want to be seen. And you can kind of glean from his opinion that he's not interested in finding out who.
Could I use,
Actually, both of them seem to have that.
like, they don't want to
Attitude.
know because it's how it's.
It's rude.
Okay.
It's not. It would dishonor their sacrifice, and their sacrifice is considered honorable.
Even though suicide's dishonorable.
Except under this
Because they're
extremely
under
specific circumstance.
Orders to do this.
They've served their lord, and to identify who their lord was would dishonor their sacrifice. So it's sort of in respect for their
For the dead.
for the
Okay.
dead. Yeah.
You would not want to show your people that they could not defeat you.
They will know that when I walk out my door in the morning.
This is true, but they should fear attacking you in your home such as this.
Those who sent them will know they did not succeed.
Your children are here. Who would do this?
Someone who wanted me or someone else under our roof dead.
This at the same time that the Dragtogash or someone who is connected to him is creating these monsters to possibly attack your wife.
I doubt this is involved.
You don't find it strange, though, that at this very time you or your wife or your children were to be sacrificed, to be assassinated, to be killed in your sleep, in your beds, without chance of combat, fair trial. They sought to kill you in your sleep.
That is sometimes part of the game. Then he sort of looks around. I'm going to go get dressed. He turns around and goes upstairs.
Oh, true. That's a shame. She does not say. She thinks. Thought bubble.
But the rock is still down there.
Durak, you should be concerned.
If I had to guess, I would say this probably has something to do with the Katal tribe. and the fact that we have discovered the remnants of one of the other
Catal
tribes. That's the
drowned
the ones
orcs.
yeah, that's the ones that washed up on shore.
If Bodil were here, she could cast bones to find out some.
Would you allow me to see if I can see
See what?
who is behind this?
You may try.
I was looking.
She has a sort of a knowing look on her face.
Yeah. I want to. The only thing I could find that seemed like it
Scry.
would be.
She won.
Oh, I was looking at mage sight or penetrating sight.
That's not.
Okay.
Scry. You want to find out who's behind it.
Okay.
So
So
that was
I could try it, but it's still improvised because
Yes.
if
you don't have the
it's partially improvised. Well, I have the skills, and I
But
saw,
you don't know the spell.
But I don't know the spell.
Okay. So you're improvising. This is a fully improvised spell.
Okay.
'Cause you don't know
Which
the spell.
means 1s, 2s, and 3s.
Oh, let me double check. I'm not sure.
Okay. I think that's what it was. Fully
need to
improvised. Yeah, I should
Those
have that
rules are
page
in here.
memorized.
The rule book is almost 180 pages now.
Jesus, that's
It's almost all fluff that I'm adding right now. Excuse me.
where it's. I'm on that page. Cool. Ones and twos, I'm partially, and so I think I was right. That wait, no, because that's if you don't know the skills. I have the skills. So casting a spell.
Once mage is the requisite. No, wait. Fully improvised spells. When attempting to effect fully mage, and the GM looked at them. Listen.
I think it's down in the. We found before it was in determining dice pool.
Like partially, 1s and 2s.
Yeah, on fully
casting
improvised.
cause entropy. Furthermore, each force employed in which the mage does not
Okay.
have the skill increases entropy by 1.
And I have all the skills. So 1s and 2s?
So 1s and 2s.
On the 1s and 2s. And it's Enchantum Vitae is what I think. I'm going to use
look.
Enchantum and Earth. I mean, not that it matters. I've got the same skills, but it seems like... Because this would be kind of on a metal or leather...
Sorry.
That's okay.
You need air, enchantum, vitae, or earth.
Okay. Oh, I don't even have that, and this is the new book I got. I have...
For Scry?
Yeah, Enchantum Vitae Earth.
Air, enchantum,
Oh.
and then vitae. Unless I... Did I... Now, I may have...
Yeah, because this is the newest one you... But it doesn't matter. I have all that stuff,
So it wouldn't be earth, it'd be vitae.
which is totally cool. And
So
I have
air,
that at the
enchantum,
same...
and vitae.
Okay, cool. So I get to do... I'll take you. And I take you. And we'll see.
Bodil's about to die. We salute you.
I know. Really? Oh, no, I got it. I have 3 successes. I was just... All I could see
I
is
know.
these 2s and
Yeah.
3s. But I have 1 entropy from the 2, and the others were, believe it or not, all 3s. And my head
So you got
just
2
bonked
successes
the-
or 3 successes?
3.
3, okay.
And just, I bonked you, Stork. Stork is back in frame.
All right. You will probably want to
1
spend...
entropy.
I'm going to roll...
Where's my entropy? I need to go for a nap.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Everybody needs a nap. I got some
Healing
damage
to
patch
do?
up. Yep.
Well, when they're done with that scene, I'll patch you up.
Yeah. Okay. You can spend the extra success to like increase a duration of like knowing what direction it is, or in the case there is a magically a magical concealment that you're trying to break past,
Okay.
and you are facing that,
I'll use it to do that then.
and it's still not enough.
It's not. Oh, so it's magic. It's also magically. It's not just that somebody took like a knife and roughed off the.
No. Well, Durak will tell you, it says, I do not know all of the details, but it is a 24-hour process involving multiple shaman and multiple blessings to prepare the
It
person
is.
for it.
It was that important to someone that either you or your entire family be dead.
I'm sure it was me.
This whole place was filled with magical fog, so obviously shaman were involved.
The shaman will often be involved in such things at a distance.
We also saw the fog with the abnormal squid boys, the octo boys.
Oh, that was from the water and the fire combination. Steam.
Yeah,
That was not magical.
I thought
fog.
that it seemed like it accompanied them, but yeah, I think you're probably right because there wasn't fog at the seaside.
Yeah.
There was a sustaining firestorm inside a small enclosed area with a lot of water.
This is true also.
Made a sauna.
I want to. Hild, you look like you're bleeding. Let me.
Oh,
let me
I
take a
guess
look
I
at
am.
that.
Yes.
I'm gonna medic her up.
That's actually a really bad wound. Now that you're looking at it.
Yeah. I only have a medic skill of 1. What do I need to medic her up?
You're gonna
Education?
You're gonna roll education plus
Your skill.
plus the skill, and every success heals 1 serious wound.
Cool.
Because but you can only make 1 roll.
I could also try.
I got 3 successes. 4.
Nine.
What is
2,
it?
5s, and 6s.
6s.
5 and
6. So I got 2.
So 2 serious is knocked off.
Yay.
Cool.
And then there was a 4. So all right.
That feels a little better. Thank you, Ulrich.
Durak tells you this. If I were to venture a guess, I would say that this has something to do with our research into the Catal. I would suspect the Urach. That Kimmy's character, she was
Yeah.
a representative of that tribe.
We've been meaning to speak with them anyway. We could look into this.
If you would, I believe I may have other opportunities for you, but we need to speak with the chieftain.
We should get some sleep.
And this is, as you say, the game, likely between the tribes,
Yes,
as is custom with your people.
it was before the Great Retreat. Yes,
But they also, I thought they still did the game.
they hadn't until the war with Christendom ended.
Right.
They couldn't
Which
afford
has
to.
been a few years ago.
So yes.
So
and she will tell you that as the game escalates, older tactics start to emerge.
okay. So I will, obviously, her counsel makes the most sense. Okay.
To the next morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Do we get any damage healed from sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Probably gonna get everyone will probably sleep in a little. Probably get 6 minor healed, and an equivalent number of entropy.
Okay.
Yay.
Too many notes. Okay, 6.
So I think probably when Hild gets up, she does her morning stretch and flexes, but then the bandages that Ulrich put on just they
Pop
pop
off.
off of it, and she's like, Ulrich, I think my bandages need to be replaced.
We don't have spandex yet. No stretchy bandage.
Ooh,
2
that's better.
successes.
2 successes.
Yay!
Yay.
Goodbye, serious damage.
So you guys head over to the war hut.
Yeah.
Kajaro is there to meet you. That's the
Kasharo.
that's the advisor of the chieftain who met with you the last time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have a small meeting room off of the war hut that he brings you to, and sets you down along with Durak. And he tells you that Tusk Razen, that's the overwarlord,
Yeah.
has decided that the matters dealing with the Catal tribe are matters of concern to the overwarlord, and he has suggested that the Zon should leave such matters to him. Technically, the overwarlord has no authority over the chieftains. He is the warlord of warlords, but that is a lower rank than chieftain. However, our chieftain believes it is impolitic to resist this publicly. We would like Durak to continue this investigation, and we believe the most promising direction to go is toward Britain.
Wait. Durak is Zon.
Yes.
So Kjarl.
Is also Jean. Yes.
Yeah, for some reason I thought you just said Catal.
No, he was talking about the Catal tribe.
Yes.
Yeah, the
okay.
Lost tribe.
Which was the Lost tribe, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
The chieftain is unwilling to put more orcs in the task of uncovering this mystery, because with Tukhrazen so close, we are no doubt being watched. But he does believe we can send Durak, possibly with an escort of foreign humans.
It's true, they would not be watching us as closely.
We would be honored, I would think.
If we are going towards where Britain is, that is where we suspect Dragthagosh is as well.
It's north, right?
Yeah, at least
Yes.
across the channel somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Which I don't know what we called that back then. Probably not
We
the
went through
English
this.
channel.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't English channel yet, but it was.
I cannot find what the name would have been. Every map I've seen, regardless of how old, says English Channel.
Northern
Yeah.
Sea English. Okay.
I know, it's
When,
annoying.
Northern Seas
Yeah.
Yeah.
up over there.
Let's see if any of my 9,000 maps say, yeah, English channel.
Was this would this have been the guy that our message went to?
More than likely, yes.
Okay.
Did you get the message about the what did he call them? The deep dwellers? The
The minions of
Minions of
Dragthagosh.
Dragthagosh.
Did you get our message about the minions of Dragthagosh?
Yes, I did.
And
We are making preparations to make sure that the city is secure. Though I doubt they are an immediate threat to the city.
well,
This seems to have been targeted against a specific orc.
from what I could tell from the currents, when we counted the bodies before, they came from the English Channel, which is where we're headed now.
Indeed.
If Dragthagosh is taking up residence between here and Brittany, it could spell trouble for all, especially if he's building an army.
Certainly. That's what we must discover is he building an army, and where is this army?
Is there anything more you can tell me about this Dragthagosh? Does he build a lair outside of the water? Is it all underwater? How does he create his minions?
We know very little of Dragthagosh. We only know that it is known to find fishing villages, bend them to his will, to worship him, and then sacrifices are made who are improved and turned into these minions that you have seen. But somewhere there is a village.
Just out of character. So far, all of the minions we've seen have been human.
Yes.
Has he ever been able to do this with orcs? I guess he would,
Absolutely.
because all the ones I've seen are humans. So that
Well, we did not have humans in our homeworld.
jives with what you're saying. If he's finding villages, the villages he would find would most likely have humans. They're also the ones out. He might just be taking boats and sailors.
It is possible.
How is it your people had combated him before if he's in the water? I've noticed that you are not.
We ran.
Interesting.
What's that? The sleeve?
Or there's a bunch,
there are other
a bunch of
names.
Celtic words.
Oh, Sea of
that would
Brittany?
Make sense.
That would
Yeah.
probably be the Sea of
Sea of
Brittany.
Brittany.
Yeah.
Because actually Brittany is
Well, and the Bretons.
French. Brittany is in France, right?
La Manche is what the French called it, but not
La Manche.
La Manche, which I don't know if that's sleeve or... But there is some sort of Breton, like, Celtic...
More Britannic.
Yeah,
That's Cornish.
yeah. Which they're right down there.
Cornwall.
Right, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so something like that.
Yeah.
This sleeve,
I like the Sea of Brittany.
the
That
channel. Yeah, Sea of Brittany sounds...
it covers both
makes
sides.
a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. We had an acquaintance that was sure she could tell us where exactly on the water or under in the water this portal or location was.
You mean
when we spoke to
the
Nellie,
entrance?
Nellie was pretty much sure, right? Was it Nellie or was it that she said they were all coming from a particular area?
She said she had that information for
Yeah.
purchase.
Yeah. For the price of one small child.
No, she didn't want a child. That was Queen Akareen.
I think that might have been Queen Akareen.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
she
he even bothered to
she
ask.
wanted the no fishing.
Yeah.
Oh, it was. That's right. It was
Yeah.
the no fishing for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds easier. Just look for some unused babies.
Yeah. I'm sure. No, this
Or
one.
just kill all the fishermen.
This one is alive. Seriously, this is just very lazy, sleepy one. See, and moved.
Canaan.
Fighting for the fuel.
He's not
I
dead.
know.
I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. Bring out
Is
your
there anything else you
dead.
guys want to ask?
Oh,
Kinda stuff.
question.
Yeah.
On our map, this is out of game question. Where is the Ulaf tribe in relation to where we are now?
Iraq?
Uruk,
Yeah.
and then Paris is.
It's to the south. Paris is right in the middle
Yeah.
of his own territory.
Yeah,
Oh,
Paris
okay.
is right there.
Do they have any representatives in the city? Like, or
Probably.
okay. Okay.
But they're probably just playing some game, huh? And
Durak does bring up the fact that they were attacked last night,
Yeah.
and she uses the term Takai
the guy.
for the assassins. Takai.
Oh,
Not George Takei. That's Takei,
sorry.
not Takai. And this is with a CH. Takai. Gesundheit.
Okay. I know for a minute there I thought they were going to be kind of Ronin-ish, and this is how they had their opportunity to get their honor back or something.
Does he have anything to say about the attack?
He's a little surprised that the old tactics are being used once again.
What do they want to do with the bodies, which I guess we just left in their house?
Yeah.
Well,
Probably threw him out the street.
Karak is there, so
Okay.
He can handle that.
Would you think word of the tribe that... the tribe that...
Katal.
Yeah, it is Katal. Has reached the other tribes.
Well, we do know that there was an Iraq emissary that met you, who had at least heard murmurings of such. And this emissary obviously did not make it back. Perhaps this is another push by the Iraq to exert, or to either try to find out more, or...
Can I read him
Sure.
as far as like how much I might trust him to say something that I kind of want to say?
Kajarl? Sure.
Yeah, Kajarl.
That would be read individual.
Okay, I have it as a 0. So, but I get to roll my perception, and I can get 5s and 6s.
Yes.
Okay. And I got 2 6s.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
And no
Okay.
entropy because it is a read.
And it's not a spell.
Yeah, exactly. Thank God.
You're just trying to find out if he has the ability to be discreet,
Yeah, or if I could trust him with this information, what I'm thinking of telling him, so maybe I'll tell you
Well,
that.
yeah,
so that
let me
you
just-
can-
let me-
okay.
So far, your dealings with him, he has been forthcoming.
He doesn't seem super worried about the Uruk. However, he seemed kind of like, not bemused, but like, oh, like they're using old methods and da-da-da.
Yes.
Because it is odd to me, the character, that like if word had been spreading about the sixth tribe, that they are making like efforts to kind of expand or amplify the game versus, like maybe. So I will say to him, Kajaro, I hope not to speak out of turn, but it seems odd to me that the Uruk would choose this time to amplify their efforts in the game versus ensuring that the safety and alertness of all the tribes is paramount.
That is the way of the warrior caste when they are in the midst of the game.
Would it also be the way of the warrior caste to mere a few short years after the chieftain of all chieftains,
Warlord of all warlords.
warlord among warlords,
He very specifically has a tile that is not a political title. It's military.
warlord among warlords.
Yeah.
Tukrazim signed this treaty of peace where the Uruk, who was the emissary that we did meet, was interested in warring with humans once again, which would of course break this treaty.
There are many in the warrior caste and many tribes that would like to see the treaty torn
Would
up.
this not go against the honor and oath of their chieftains?
Yes, to an extent. More so the honor and word of Tukhrazen.
Is this kind of, Gina asking the question, is this kind of like when the Senate hated Caesar, but the frickin' army loved Caesar? So there's this whole dichotomy of, okay, yeah, and Stu's
Basically,
saying yes.
the sort of historical analog for the overwarlord are the old dictators of the Roman Republic.
Okay.
Where the Roman Republic would elect someone to lead an army.
Yep.
And they basically, for a year, drop whatever it is they're doing, and they have absolute, utter authority over the entire republic.
Okay.
When it involving military matters and anything that supports military matters. And then at the end of that year, they retire and go back to what they're doing.
Okay.
But there's always the fear
Yeah.
that when you give someone that level of authority, they're not going to want to let go.
Sure.
And Tukhrazen still has this big army that is made up of like about a quarter of each of the tribes. And they are they've all sworn personal fealty to him, not to their tribes or to the greater Orc nation.
Okay.
So he is a political for the northern tribes, the three northern tribes, which
Yeah.
is
The Zan, the Uruk.
and the ones that are directly over. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Ratuk, I think, or
I
something.
think
I don't
you
remember.
posted it in the...
They do not trust this guy at all.
They don't trust Tukrazim.
Tukhrazen.
Okay.
Okay.
The southern tribes, who are closely allied, and he is the son of the chieftain of one of those two tribes, they're
okay.
fine with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Naturally.
But the northern tribes do not trust him, and they suspect they're suspecting some sort of a coup or power grab. He hasn't made that play yet.
Yeah.
But he also just moved to Paris, right outside. He's outside
Right.
Paris
Right.
with his 80 most elite soldiers.
Right.
It's a little intimidating, yeah.
He came from which tribe?
Rattan.
Okay,
I think
Rattan.
it was the Rattan.
I wrote
And that
Ratuk
was-
next to him, but I don't know what.
I can. That was.
Okay.
Let me.
It's in the book, but I.
Let me make sure.
I
Because
get you a book here.
I
Write
do
all
have
this
a
stuff
book.
down on.
It's right here. I have all the books.
No.
yeah, Ratuk.
Oh, I see. what you mean.
Ratan is the other northern tribe. Their names are too similar.
It is Ratuk. Okay.
Ratuk is where he's from, and Urkech is the southernmost tribe,
Okay.
and they're allied with the Ratuk.
Okay. Thank you. Oh, how cute. I have an Emily to write in. Okay. Emily notebook.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm writing on my character
I just
sheet.
looked at her character sheet. It's like I can't even.
I know. I'm like,
No.
well, and I'll remember where I wrote it, but I'm like, oh yeah, that one's down here.
What is it?
Oh yeah,
related
that one's
to?
up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And it's on the back too.
Yeah, it's on the back because the front is all the stats. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. This is political. All right.
Let's see. I'm going to ask. Well, I guess I'll ask both of them. But if there were a representative of the Uruk tribe in the city, where would we find them?
They would be in the domiciles across from the war hut,
Okay.
and there is an emissary here.
I think at least we should speak to the emissary and let them know what became of their
Olaf?
Of Olaf. Their
Is that Olaf?
Yeah.
Yeah.
their tribe mate. And if possible, we may determine if they had any hand in the events of last night.
That sounds.
But at least
good.
we have a cover to speak with them.
What do we?
How does one get a meeting?
She died in battle honorably and was
Yes.
given a warrior's burial.
All right.
How does one get to meet with Tukrazem?
Well,
I should wish to do so. With
you would need to petition for an audience. You would need to go to his camp and speak with the guards or one of his advisors. If you know someone of his inner circle, that would always make it.
Ungwir was, right? Kind of
Ungwir
inner circle.
was one of those 80.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Would it be appropriate to ask for the rock to accompany us? I would not want this to make any cultural
What is
missteps.
the nature of your inquiry with Tokorozen?
I would like to speak with him of Ulaf's last words and of the desire of the Uruk to possibly break the treaty. And to be frank, I would like to gauge his reaction.
Very well. Yes, I would allow Durach to.
Because it's kind of sounding like, yeah, there's always rumblings like that and people talk that shit.
Right.
But I just kind of want to see what he thinks about that. Because that otherwise seems like a thing that's okay.
Right. Okay.
Plus, we kind of wanted, I forget. Well, I was going to kill
Hild
him.
wanted his
but-
job.
Yeah. Hild wants his job. I was going to kill him. I'm kind of not as hot about that anymore. Because I'm like, oh, okay. See, cultural misunderstanding.
Yeah.
This is why you ask questions.
That's why Hild was
And-
confused
yeah.
about why you were so mad. She's like, I don't understand what
Well,
you're
because
mad
there's
about.
a,
Pork business. It's not ours.
yeah. Well, and if you'd lived in a country that had basically warred your entire lifetime, and then there was allegedly peace, I think I understand that
It's
they
been peace for 200 years, right?
no.
Oh, that's right. They showed up 200 years ago.
2 years.
2 years.
2 or 3 years. I forget.
Yeah, the treaty is
Stu has said it's
recent.
1200 or 1202,
Yeah.
and it
Yeah.
was 1198
The
was
ink
the
is
treaty.
barely dry.
Yeah, and so it just seems, and they weren't doing the game during the wars, so she's not familiar with that sort of aspect of their culture where
Right.
there is a lot of. So it's starting to make more sense and seeming to be more political than she would have thought.
And cultural.
Yeah,
Because there's a lot of.
but
That's
more.
just the way it's done. It's always been
Yeah,
that way.
yeah, but more politics than I think she would have thought. Like more sort of, intrigue.
It's a. It's a slippery slope.
They're more like, I think what Jean-Marie is musing about today is they're more alike humans than they are not alike humans. in that regard, where there's just kind of deception and sort of battling motivations and that sort of thing. Okay. So we first go to see. You wanted to see some
we should speak with
Uruk.
the Uruk representative and let them know what became of their fallen comrade. And then perhaps seek an audience with Tokrezen before we leave town.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind seeing the inside of that war tent.
No. You might pick up a few things.
Well appointed.
True.
Could use some of that orcish armor.
Oh yeah, there was the fancy armor too that was different than anything they had, right?
Oh, that was the
Sixth
warlord
tribe.
armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
But even the average orc armor is different than what we have.
It is. They actually have plate mail.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The guy I left lying on the floor had it.
Yeah.
It's really freaking heavy plate mail, but it's plate mail.
Yeah.
If your strength isn't 4 or higher, you take minor damage, like every 4 or 5 turns of combat.
Just from wearing the armor.
Just from wearing,
so heavy.
just from the fatigue of wearing the armor. While fighting strenuously.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
That's the one thing I have to say about the Outlaw King. When I watched it last night, those fight scenes last an awful long time for people that are slugging around big frickin' heavy swords.
It's the swords. Yeah.
Everybody'd be so tired.
Yeah, it's like by the end of that, it's like you're not going to hurt anyone by hitting them with that thing.
You get thirsty fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
nuts.
hydration pack built into your armor.
Right? With a still suit. I remember when Excalibur dropped, it showed everybody, because up until then everybody was thinking, you had to get dropped on horseback or the line to get dropped on the horse. They couldn't move around. And then in Excalibur, they're running around. Everybody was like, oh, so if it's well made, you can actually move around.
And
And
it's
The whole thing.
evenly distributed. Orc armor is not made as well.
No.
It's thicker, and it's also freaking heavy as fuck.
Well, because they're large.
But they're
And
orcs.
yeah.
And they're
and
super
real strong.
muscular.
Yes.
And, yeah.
So,
Nice.
that's. Do you have any more questions for him?
I guess kind of what are the specifics of what they want us to do?
Yeah.
Like, go to Britain and look for this giant.
Well, we
monster.
need to find out. As I said, his standard way of gaining a foothold is to find a town, a fishing town or village, and lure them into becoming a cult, and then they
Really?
take their.
Seek out a compromised
Yes.
village. Okay.
So they're. I doubt if such a village existed on this continent. I think we would have heard word by now.
And Durak is coming with us, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
Durak. The cover will be that Durak is going on as a trade emissary to London.
Okay. Perhaps we could ask our aquatic friends if they have seen any odd behavior at particular ports.
This is awesome.
The channel's not very big. It's quite possible that an English village has been taken over.
Yeah.
And they just swim across. And
The English are easily taken over.
Well, they also adapt pretty damn easily. Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's your language, okay. In 10 years, it's like,
At least until they got a navy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crap, Vikings have
Yeah,
got
wait till
boats
the
now.
18th century, 17th century, yeah.
Once they had a navy, they became a little more problematic.
We're going to be playing a Hammer movie game. Looking for a cult town.
Yeah.
Maybe a Paul Nashy
Find
werewolf
some
or...
info. Yeah.
I like all those weird...
those old Hammer movies.
I
those old Hammer films?
have all the Hammer
Christopher
movies.
Lee.
So
yeah.
good.
And then all there's Spanish movies from the 70s. This
All those crazy.
bodybuilder guy,
Horribles, yeah.
Paul Nash, he made werewolf movies. They're amazing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're so awesome.
All right.
Okay.
You have that look in your eye. What do you plan?
Nothing.
Okay. We can't afford to hang around here too long.
No.
We still need to. All right.
We may be hanging her a long time if she finds a crown laying on the ground somewhere.
Oops, Paris is mine.
Right? Yeah.
That's a good start to building an army.
If our
She
enemy
has-
has
she
an
has-
army, we should have an
Yeah.
army. I'm just saying.
Phil has sway with Jean-Marie, so
Yeah, let's go.
I can be convinced
Go and
of
speak with
a lot of things,
the Uruk
apparently.
and see if.
yeah.
Okay.
Uruk.
Right across the street,
Okay.
there's
Look at
the
that.
domiciles, and one of them has the little Uruk sigil.
I feel like Olaf probably would have either given something to Hild to give to them as like a hey, we're bros. Like if she had like an
Oh,
insignia
probably, yeah.
on her.
Probably some sort
armor
of
or
pendant or
whatever.
something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
That way she's not just like showing up, well, I'm friends with Olaf. And they're like, yeah, right.
Yeah, I think that makes sense to me.
Okay. So I'll like present myself and to whoever, like I guess the guard, ask to see whoever's in charge.
Who's in charge of
Yeah. Can I speak to your manager?
Can I talk to your escalation supervisor, please? Okay. You go, and there's a guard at the door, and you tell them that you're here to see the emissary, and they say, we will, and they ask for your name.
Hild, Eric's daughter. Friend of Olaf.
Ah. And they, you get let in,
Yeah.
and there's a few chairs. They don't have desks. They just have some chairs sitting around, and you meet Morg.
Morg. Okay.
Urach.
Get lost in all these names. Write it down in your book.
Bing bang. I don't even know what that's from.
Okay.
I told the witch doctor. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said,
Morg, it is
Morg.
my pleasure to meet you. I am Hild. I had the distinction of meeting your tribe mate Olaf and participating in battle with her. Unfortunately, I bear unpleasant news. She did not make it through our battles before we came to town, but she did wish me to come and speak with you. Bring her insignia to return
He
to you.
accepts it and says, well, I hope she died honorably.
She fell in battle and was given a warrior's burial, as is the tradition of your people.
From your
We
lips
thank
to
you.
their ears.
Nothing she said was technically
No.
untrue.
It wasn't. I just am glad I didn't have to say it.
Who spoke only the truth.
Yep.
Very specific parts of it. She did suggest that, as my people, the Vikings from Iceland, are also fierce warriors, that we may have some interest in allying together if the need for battle should arise. So, I came to present myself and make introductions.
My chieftain is always looking for potential allies. I can send word and see if he would accept an emissary. And I could contact you if an emissary is required, and perhaps you could contact your people and have such an emissary sent.
That would be most agreeable. We have sent word back to our people to apprise them of our actions, and if an emissary is required, I'm sure we could provide one.
Very well.
She more specifically. So you see this, she's kind of petite. I think she's probably like, I don't know, 5'4", and like,
Well, in this area, probably like 5.
yeah, okay. Yeah, and like looks like, I mean, she might be 18, but she could totally be 16.
Right.
So it's just this, specifically, she mentioned warring to kill all the humans.
I do not think she said the word all.
No, I believe she said something about like not kill all the humans, but like kill the humans for me. The humans are whatever. The humans are dead.
I don't remember what she said,
Humans
to be
are
honest with you.
Because none of us, you and I weren't even there. She said it to.
I think Hild was.
Oh, Hild-
Because Hild
I
was
was
tending
there.
to
You were
her.
there. Okay,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was.
And I was trying to, but she was like, get foe. Get off me.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember what she actually said.
I think I was busy trying to figure out the current. No, I may have left at that point. I had to leave.
My impression was that it was like a...
Oh, she said that to seek a treaty with the Uruk chieftain, and they will raise the human tribes.
Yeah.
She didn't specifically say which or how many.
raise the human tribes. Okay.
Not R-A-Z-E.
So,
R-A-I-S-E.
No, R-A-Z-E.
Yeah.
Crazy.
yeah. No, this was like wipe
raise,
the humans
like
off the face of the
raise.
earth.
Okay.
This was the dying anger of one of your warriors or a wish of your tribe.
That is a very common sentiment amongst the warrior caste.
This is what
They
I
seek the death of enemies.
Of course. As I presume most human warriors would as
Of
well.
course. But this is something that, to your knowledge, is not planned by your chieftain?
No.
Because Tukrazem, I'm sure, would be interested to know should someone want and wish to break the treaty.
Oh, Tukrozen was the champion of the treaty and
Of course.
spent years convincing the chieftains that it was the right course of action.
Of course. Some, of course, may not respect that decision.
Or perhaps regret it.
True.
This is entirely possible, but I assure you that the Uruk chieftain,
Is this guy kind of like a military, like he's not their warlord,
Not a
he's just a
military.
peep?
he's not military. He's,
at all.
He's probably the sage caste.
Got it. So, I want to read him.
Okay.
Probably. Though,
It's funny. I just watched Bridge of Spies. You know the Tom Hanks movie.
Uh-huh.
It's a lot of this bluffing and
Right.
I'm gonna. If I
reading each
raise
other
the
and-
stakes, that it's not what I think it means.
Raise the stakes means if you get a failure, it's a critical failure.
Okay. I think I would like to do that
Okay.
because
Go big or go home.
confusion is funny. I think I get to. Oh no!
Read
Hello.
individual
It's
plus
perception. So once again, I have
And
0
you're resisting a will roll. Unless he has... No.
I have failed.
Have failed.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't have necessarily, but I did.
All right. So did you raise the stakes?
I did raise the stakes.
So it's critical failure.
It's critical
Do you
failure.
get a mop for that?
So you get
I get 2
two,
mots.
I think.
Yeah.
There's those.
Which is kind of, I felt like I needed mots, so I was like, let's let the story tell us something interesting if I fail. Okay.
So, he stands up and says to you, I can see by your expression that you do not believe me. I would ask that you leave, now. And turns and walks out of the room. And then guards come in.
I think he has left before I had the opportunity to leave.
Yeah, we should go.
We can go. I know the way. Stop trying to show me. I can see my way
I was
out.
already outside.
Yeah.
She's like,
Hild's like,
"That's
whatever."
this is not helping.
No, it wasn't. It was
All right.
not in the least.
So you guys are out in the street.
Yeah.
Well, that went better than I expected.
It went less good than I expected. Why did you make that face at him for?
I made no face.
Your face was doing a thing.
That's my
Look,
face.
if you're going to try and surreptitiously read someone, then make sure your face isn't giving you away.
Oh, did I peer too directly at him?
Yes.
Oh, I do that sometimes.
You also insinuated that he and his leaders were lying. So,
Well,
Yeah.
because I think they may be lying.
but people don't like to
Him-
be called liars.
True, it is rude, especially in
It
their
is
home.
true.
Their office, whichever.
This is not their home.
So it's
But
better
that
than
is
I
their
expected
office.
because we got out without combat. But
It's true. I thought we would have to fight him.
with the questions you were asking, I was fully expecting to have to.
Political intrigue is difficult.
That is why I stick to my axe. I don't have the subtlety for that, and I mean,
I do
frankly,
not
I don't
have the
think you
skill
do.
that you do. No, I am trying to learn.
Are there any other orc tribes you want to piss off? Or should I go?
Are there more we can speak with?
Plenty, but I think we
could
should
practice.
I don't think we should
I
practice.
should have more practice before this evening.
go. No, that's fine. I think you've done enough damage already.
Maybe Karak will practice with me.
I wonder
Okay?
if I wonder if
Hild?
I wonder
We
if
can see if Karak is available for practice.
I wonder
He
if
is
the
not
game
good at
applies to
subtlety
humans.
either.
I am not. This is my double entendre, like sarcastic voice. I was suggesting practice with Karak might be sort of interesting. That's all.
You want him to teach you battle?
Sure, that's what he could do. Or he could teach me a thing or two. I'm sure.
I think Jirok would like that.
No, I think the orcs are all poly. I just decided.
Master Vidar in the
Yeah.
chat room says, liars especially don't like to be called liars.
This is so true. That's a truth, universally known.
Just because it's true doesn't make it any
I know.
pill any easier to swallow. Sometimes it makes it worse.
No, of course.
Yeah.
And I should have paid that because I had to pay for my critical failure. Exactly. Yeah.
And I see that you haven't forgotten your negotiating skills all those years in the. I forget sometimes that you have a.
It is not my favorite, but I can do it when necessary. My brother is better at it. He never lets me forget.
I know. He's smarmy.
Is there your brother, older brother, or younger brother?
Older brother.
Older brother.
Not as good with an axe, though.
Very few are. He'll.
I have seen no one better.
Thank you.
It is true. See, I do not lie. Or do I? I am practicing. You may never know now.
We'll never know what you're thinking.
No. The face. This is my happy face. This is my I am frightened face.
All right, we
They're
should go
all
here
the
before the orcs decide to include this in the game.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
I know, right?
It's true. So, fishing village?
Do we want to have a meet and greet though, with,
I mean,
or do we want to just do that when we
given
come?
our recent
Yeah.
experience, I think we might
You're
want
like-
to save that for later.
For
We'll
later.
leave town pretty
More
quick and let
practice.
things cool down. We need to get supplies. We need to arrange transportation, and we need to let Durak know what has happened.
That's
Yeah.
my new thing. I'm going to practice all the time on you. Can you tell? That was a lie. You had no idea.
And we have to go pick up her friend from her studies.
Yes.
Yes,
She can do her homework in the boat.
I do not.
I'm
think-
assuming the orcs will arrange transportation, but we should talk to Durak about what it is we need to do, because this is ostensibly her mission. We're just along with her. Yes?
True? Yeah.
Yeah. No, for
Well,
sure.
Durak is out there in the street waiting for you guys to be finished,
Okay.
let's say.
That went about as good as can be expected, I suppose. We should prepare.
He was not as smart as you.
Few are.
No, that is true. It's very true.
Tell me, just out of curiosity, and I know there's probably unprecedented, but have humans ever been involved in the game?
Oh, interesting.
Well,
I know it's only been 2 years.
inadvertently, yes.
It's collateral damage.
No, well, generally not. Farmers especially are... Their farms may be taken over, but the farmers, of course, keep
No,
their
this
farm.
is me asking Durak.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you sounded like Stu telling a story.
The,
Okay.
the farmers will have their farms captured, but the farmers may still tend their fields, but the fealty they pay is now paid to a different tribe. Do you understand?
I do.
Although sometimes during the game, other possessions besides land will be taken, perhaps allies. This has happened in the past. A particularly important emissary from a third tribe may be captured. Anything to embarrass each other is what the warrior caste is mostly trying to do during the game.
Interesting.
Instant. Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
can see how in time there might be great misunderstandings for humans who don't understand that the rules of the game, and orcs assuming they do.
Oh, absolutely, yes.
I could see that might be, in time, could cause great strife. Tension.
Indeed. In fact, were a human ally to be captured, kidnapped by a rival tribe, the tribe with whom the human was allied, their greatest measure of success would be to safely rescue said ally.
The orcs would assume so, but the humans may not know that.
Correct. But the next most successful outcome would be to, in an attempt to rescue the ally, would be to slaughter the ally.
I see.
At which point the orcs who took the ally hostage to begin with would then be protecting this ally with their lives. Because that would be an embarrassment to the...
And if an orc tribe were to ally with the human tribe, would the game then be assumed to be amongst all?
Oh, one would think.
Yes, I see. There isn't a book somewhere with rules of the game written down, is there? Or do you just understand it intrinsically?
Not as such.
I see.
And there are many old customs from our
Of course
home
there
world
are. I do understand that.
of the game that are just now newly being discovered.
Rediscovered.
Rediscovered. The Takai, in fact, I have not seen that custom used in this world.
Is there at least a phrase you use to let people know that they're involved in the game? A challenge?
Well, if you are orc, you are involved in the game unless
At all
they're
times.
fighting a greater enemy.
I see. Okay. Go ahead.
Now, I would like to, at some point, because we're readying to go traveling, but I would like to write a letter again and send it to Brother Gundolf. Check my scrying to see if the direction of
Yes.
the person I'm looking for is still in, you said it was north?
Yes.
And go to Mass and
Okay.
confession, and, that'll probably take up half the day.
Right. Get in all the holy sacraments
All
you
the
can.
holy sacraments I can. Get wiped clean. Apologize for being rude. Confess to.
Almost starting a war. Yeah, it's all good.
Yeah.
Or restarting it.
Say
All
a
right.
bunch of rosaries. I don't know. I think we determined rosary was a thing already
Yeah, I think it was, yes.
in 13th century. Yeah. Cool.
I guess we should just prepare. I'm assuming the orcs are arranging transport with food and...
Iraq is going to, she's going to go around and make sure that we've got wagons and horses and water and provisions and such. Yes.
Okay.
Anything specific you probably need to get yourself, though.
No.
You could avail her of budget if it's something that you think you would require for the mission.
Do you mean
That's a
she
good
would
question.
give us money, or...
Or provide,
To buy provisions,
Right.
or
if there are
give
things
us
that you believe that
provisions.
you would need for the mission.
It's just across the... I mean, it's like a one-day journey.
Oh, it's probably a couple
Half a day
days.
with
It's probably
Viking.
couple days to the shore, and then probably half a day across. I don't know, what is it? 12 miles across the channel at its narrowest point.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half a day by... 4 hours by long ship.
You
2
get-
days by fishing boat.
And with that goofy chain raft in Knight's Tale, that's probably like
Oh,
most
yeah.
of a day.
It would not hurt to bring a couple extra lanterns in case, say, we encountered some squidmen that we needed to throw one at.
And I can see I'm going to need more bandages.
Probably.
I want to make sure. I think it still is, but I have a box of the sacrament box, so it's got candles and holy water and I don't know, cross, scapula, whatever, so that whatever
Okay.
sacraments she can.
The oil for the
Yes, anointing.
extreme unction and such. Okay. Frankincense and myrrh.
Frankincense
In case you meet the Messiah.
Yeah. Well, it could be. I mean, there is something in is it Revelations about 1,000 years after the birth of Christ, which is kind of when the orcs came.
Right.
So, go figure. So it's Ragnarok and the apocalypse and
Everybody's got one.
yeah.
Yep.
What was the Hindu? There was a.
Oh, I don't know.
There was a name for it.
And then there's the orc apocalypse too.
Orc-paw.
The lone mantis of apocalypse.
The Lone Rider of the Apocalypse.
Did you ever watch that?
That's right.
Space Ghost, Coast to Coast. Yes.
Well, then there's the Lone Rider of the Apocalypse
I like
from
pork.
Raising Arizona.
It's the only thing I remember from
Because
it.
it's Brack. He's
Right.
And then what is it? Not Moltar, but it was who was the mantis?
Zorak.
It was Zorak. Okay,
Yeah.
Zorak and Brack.
Zorak,
Because
Brack.
Zorak's little
Moltar
nephew
is
that
the
was
guy with
like,
the helmet, yeah.
say spaghetti. Spaghetti. I'm the lone
Is that why they say
mantis.
Paschetti in What We Do in the Shadows?
Oh,
I
maybe.
don't know.
I wonder if that's
maybe.
an homage. Because they say, here, have some Paschetti. You're eating worms. How do you like your worms?
Well, that's an homage to Lost Boys.
Yeah.
You're eating
Yes.
You're eating maggots.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm talking about calling it Paschetti.
Yeah.
I understand, but the whole, because remember he's eating
That would be
rice,
awesome.
Two
and he goes,
homages
you're
in
eating
one.
you're eating
Maggots,
maggots.
Michael. How do they taste?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think all little kids say Paschetti.
Yeah, I think that's why Zorak was all like, say spaghetti. Paschetti.
Very good. So we don't need to bring any spaghetti.
No.
Yeah, we're ready to go, I guess.
I think so. I'm just trying to think if there's.
I mean, a couple of bandages, some arrows.
Also, I don't know. I'm talking to the Lord about hoping that my efforts to refine and use this gift that He has bestowed upon me is like continue to show me the path so I don't fuck up, because I asked someone to show me stuff,
Right.
and so it's like I might be like, make sure I stay on the righteous path and use the gifts you have given me appropriately and only for your will and blah blah blah.
And God will give you the free will to make the correct choices.
Right?
Perfect.
unless my human guilt gets in there and starts going, maybe you shouldn't have done that thing.
It was your fate. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Norns have already decided.
Yeah.
Eschatologies. That is the study of Armageddons.
Really?
Yes.
That sounds fun.
It's like there's a word for everything.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Indian. Well, no, it's actually going to take some reading. I don't know what the
all right.
word for is.
It's all good.
Maitreya?
Man, that doesn't sound like it.
No.
Maybe. Anyway, it's unimportant.
I don't know.
Huh.
Dinga Nyaka? I don't know. Anyway,
Okay.
There's those
I'm
things.
not Hindu. Not my problem.
Not my problem.
All right, so you guys, you're going to leave under cover of night.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
rock tells you that because
Okay.
that's probably the safest time to leave. Is then. So if there's anything you want to do during the day,
No, we just pick up a couple supplies,
And we would
She said more and
also-
more lanterns. You've
Yeah.
already got axes. I pick up just some
Sharpen
medical
my
supplies.
axes a bit.
Yeah, nothing major.
okay. You go to see
So,
Katiba.
yeah, that's what I was going to say. I would at least go there to leave word with Salah of that Katiba should meet us at, if she can't meet us when we're leaving in the morning, that she should meet us at such and such.
She has much work to do. Take this amulet. I'll give her its twin, and she will be
Okay.
able to find you.
Cool.
And the scry she put on the object that she cast for me was going to last a few weeks. Was it 2 or 3 weeks? I thought.
I think I noted that down. Let me
I
check.
thought I did too, but I just wrote that I had it, it turns out.
Come on, wait, there it goes. There we go.
Cool.
Oh, do we all go with you, or do you just go on your own?
You most certainly could.
Okay.
The only time I'm probably not with you guys is maybe you dropped me off at the
No, I'll go with
church
you.
and okay.
Yeah, Hild would go.
There's something I want to talk to her about anyway.
Cool. No, I just meant like the only time I'd maybe be alone is the church because I don't know that you want to sit there for 3 hours.
I did not note it, but I would say like maybe 2 weeks.
That's what I thought. Okay, cool.
Speaking of amulets, at some point during the day, I do want to ask Durak about the one that she was wearing.
Funny you
in the
mentioned it. She's
bubble.
carrying it in her hand when she says that we'll meet tonight and da 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 and all that stuff. And she intends to go into the library next to the war hut and she says there's something about this amulet that makes no sense.
What about it does not make sense to you?
This amulet was made by a long dead people from our homeworld that we referred to as the mountain dwellers.
Oh, so you think it was brought here from your homeworld?
That is what I thought when I first saw it. However, it appears to be made from materials that, to my knowledge, did not exist on our homeworld, but
These-
exist here.
These mountain dwellers, are they good with metalworking and jewelry and weaponry?
Yes.
I am familiar with them.
You are?
They, is it Fafnir was one of them?
Well,
Oh.
yeah.
And made the chains that kept the serpent, didn't he? Am I mixing my myths?
Fafnir turns into a dragon, so I don't think that's him.
But there was a dwarf that made the...
Loki's wife.
There's two brother dwarfs
she's
that
a
made
dragon.
both Mjolnir and
Yeah.
Gleipnir that chains that bind Fenris.
Yes, that's right.
Brock and something else. I forget their names. They're in.
We're babbling away in Icelandic again if you want to make that roll.
Yeah, I'm totally going to make that roll. Ready, steady, go. Here it comes. I'm totally
it-
going to do
is
that
it-
thing.
Does it bother you that they have the same myths that we do?
No, they just come from one of the other 9 realms.
2.
Like,
it's a 6 if I keep
I
it.
am. What is it? The realm of...
Icelandic.
oh, where does the dwarf live? Svartalfheim.
That's it.
Svartalfheim, yeah.
Does the
Where
name
the giants-
Svartalfheim mean anything to you?
I mean, that's what it's called in our language. They would probably have a different word. We also have these mountain people in our culture.
You have seen them
We have stories of them.
Not personally, no, but
because they disappeared from our homeworld long before Orkkind had the ability to write down our history.
Someday, when we have more time, I would like to compare. There seem to be many, many similarities. For our ancient gods are gone from this world or removed from this world as well, although they do seem to affect us. It's very puzzling to me that...
that is curious, though.
Can I take a look at that amulet? Are there any runes on it?
Ooh, good question.
Yeah, right?
Maybe education. Do you have any?
I do have education. I have education in history.
Yeah, make it education history roll.
I have all the education ever. I don't know why I went so high on education.
It's because you wanted
To get skills.
womp 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 womp.
Failed again.
That was no good.
What did you roll?
Like 3 ones.
Shit.
And
No.
a 2 and a 3.
No, like what
education.
skill?
Education and
Education and history?
Well, I have education
You can roll education. It'd be unskilled.
and perception.
Nah, you don't really get to add stats together. Do you have any skill that's sort of about your society?
Conversation.
I know, go figure. I didn't even get to take any of that.
You can just make it raw. Just need 2
Just
sixes.
education. Okay.
Conversation. That might have been useful when you were talking to...
No, you have to have conversations. to not seem
It's-
like you're
it's-
doing a weird thing.
Nope.
No.
We don't notice anything about this amulet.
It's got some runes on it, but you're not making any connection between them and
Okay.
the runes, the runic alphabet that you know.
They're different.
Can I?
Got it.
I know I'm not Nordic, but can I make an education? I am tutored, and I have education and religion.
You can try.
Okay, I'm just gonna see what can happen here. 2 successes.
Okay.
I thought I wrote mythology down, but I did not.
You. As far as the runes go, there's something about them that seems a little familiar, but you can't really pick up on what that is.
Okay.
But looking at the workmanship itself, you can see there are like bits of like seashell placed in it,
Oh.
and I mean there's no like rare gem or anything like that put in it, but it seems like it uses bits of elements mostly found in the water. There's like little bits of coral and things on it, things like that.
Can I magic read? There's a couple different ones.
Oh, you could,
You already.
there's sense.
Not detect, but it was. I mean, there is. Oh, maybe that's what it was. It
Sense
was-
magic. That's
Yeah.
to sense the presence of magical spells or enchantments, and it offers a big insight into the type of magic, identifying any forces the mage knows.
Yeah, because either that or detect. That's just a spell. So
Well, as far as detect goes,
yeah.
you already know that because it
Yeah.
created a bubble of air underwater. So that one,
Okay. Oh, that was her amulet. Okay.
yeah. But she tells you that these creatures had put it on her. It
That's
was not
right.
her amulet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh huh. So I think
I'd
you're right.
forgotten
It's
that.
more like I forgot that too. I totally forgot that. I knew it was new, but I wasn't remembering how it got on her.
Sense magic would be the
Okay,
would be
that's
the poo.
enchantum.
Enchantum.
Which, cool.
And it would ones and twos would be, since you're casting it as
Yes.
a whatchamacallit.
Okay. 1s and 2s, and I got that. I only see. Oh, I do have 2 successes, and I have a 2.
Okay.
So I have 1 entropy.
All right.
I need one of those little. What is it called? Croupier, like those.
For the Baccarat?
Oh,
Yeah, let's get
Or
one
for-
of those
for craps.
Yeah.
Oh, we could.
Oh, the
we could get one.
croupier is the person, not the thing,
Right.
right?
I don't know what that thing's called.
I don't either, but we
Or
should
rake.
get one. Yeah. yeah. I need to eat more salamis.
Here,
Uh,
you got these.
Oh, cool. I'm good.
I'm good.
So, what are
Except
your
for
forces?
salami. Oh, well, I have all of them, right? You mean?
Your forces? You don't have all of them.
Oh no, you mean the
Which ones do you have skill in?
I have enchantum, exponentia, water. Well, the elemental forces. That's what I thought you meant. Reductum, spiritus, transformatum, tachios, tempus, vitae.
Okay. It uses enchantum, obviously,
Okay.
water and air, and tempest.
Enchantum,
I believe
water,
it's tempest. Let me double check.
air. I know. I'm trying to remember that one.
It's one that makes spells last a long time.
Oh, okay. Because tachios obviously is a timey-wimey thing.
Well, tachios. This whole magic thing. They're complicated. Just hit things. It's easier.
No, it wouldn't. It would be Tachios,
Okay.
which is not a god force. Tachios is the
No, I have no god forces.
Yeah.
Hey.
It makes spells that would have an instantaneous duration last a long time. It also has logic. Do you have logicum?
No, it's the one I don't have.
Okay, then it's got a couple of that you can sense that there's a couple of other forces at work that you're not familiar with.
Okay.
Did you catch your spell? That's what you got?
Yeah, and I will say there appears to be strong enchantment.
So this is a valuable thing that they put around your neck. I had forgotten, or I didn't know that they had put this around your neck.
Yes.
Do you have any recollection of when this happened and what their actions were?
It was soon after they pulled me into the water.
Is it possible then that they actually didn't intend harm? It seems like they were trying to keep you alive, not kill you. Why would they not just drag you into the water and drown you?
It does seem to appear that they wish to keep me alive. Yes.
But possibly to bring you to
Their master.
Did they try to communicate?
Take you to their
but they
leader.
took you into the sewers, not out of the river where their master would be.
We do not know this.
We do not know this. And did they, other than dragging you into the river, did they do anything harm to you?
No, they merely bound me up and placed the amulet upon me,
And were they talking to each other or just swimming about?
perhaps they were. It is hard to tell. They do make a sort of chittering noise underwater. But once I was in an air bubble, it was difficult to hear.
This is very puzzling to me. I had assumed that they were attacking you. I didn't realize that this was something that they had put on you. This is a valuable thing.
Indeed.
Perhaps they just wish to keep her alive momentarily.
Seems
They're-
like an awful lot of trouble to save your meal for a few minutes.
Not a meal if they are directed to bring her to someone else.
Right. That seems the more likely that they were taking her somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
This is all supposition. I mean, it's why take the time to keep her alive only to kill her later? Couldn't they just kill her and drag her body someplace to get eaten?
Unless
they
whoever-
want something from her specifically.
Well, exactly.
To talk
That's what
to
I'm
her,
saying.
To
Yes. Perhaps, though, they are more able to find you because of this amulet. Whoever has enchanted it is likely to be able to find it.
This would have been enchanted by one of the mountain dwellers.
and it's only recently come into her
Okay.
possession.
From the Squid Boys, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, if you think some research will help you determine its origin, perhaps one of us should accompany you to the library.
Certainly.
Yeah.
I feel like after a day of being ambushed, we should not separate.
Maybe we all should go.
Yeah.
Okay. She goes into they basically, it's like a library of little scroll cubbies. Uh-oh, what happened?
Oh, I'm good. I just dropped my pencil.
Oh. I thought it was a spider or
No. I would just squish
a
it.
marmot. Nice
What's
marmot.
a marmot?
Nice marmot. Hey, man, this is a private residence.
Did you ever see The Big Lebowski?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's actually a ferret, I think, wasn't it?
Oh, he's in the
yeah.
bathtub. Nice marmot.
Nice marmot.
Far out.
Yeah, that's when he also gets the news that they found
Yeah.
his car.
He's there with like the world's tiniest little rush. Oh, far out. So great.
All right, so you go to the... And it's literally walls and walls and walls of these little scroll cubbies, and he goes in and speaking with Orcish to one of the sages there and shows it to them, and they're sort of like...
She goes.
She does, sorry, she, yes. And they go and they're looking at it and they're sort of wondering over it, and they start pulling out scrolls. It says, do you read Orcish?
I do.
You could help us.
I'm super excited about that.
Do you have research?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make a education,
Okay.
unskilled. Do you have history?
No. That's why it's like, that's where I am
You don't
lacking
have any
because
of those academic
I
skills?
wanted like, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I wanted like mythology, history. So I
Well, technically, your magic is divine. It was just given to you. You never really studied it.
Yeah.
You just don't. So
no, but just having magic costs a lot of points.
I
It
understand.
does.
So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. So it's like,
No, I was just trying to justify the reason your character wouldn't have research is that because
yeah. Although I
Really
think
needed
in hindsight, I probably put points into things I shouldn't have, and I should have put points into more of the
Right.
study stuff. So unskilled
Okay.
education roll. So 6s is what we're looking for. I got 4.
All 6s. Wow.
I have not rolled a 6, I swear, since I rolled 1, and then since that earlier
Saving
one.
them up.
Yeah, I guess so.
Nice.
Hallelujah.
So you're going through these scrolls,
Yeah.
following a pattern, and they're doing the same thing.
Okay.
And you eventually find a scroll that has an illustration of Amulet that looks damn near identical to that one.
Eureka.
Yes.
That's what we say.
While they're doing that, Hilda's going to be trying to discern some Orcish. I'm just going to try and learn some Orcish while they're chatting
You
and,
totally
reading. She's just like drinking a horn of ale and listening to everybody, looking over their shoulders.
And I'm happy. If you had somebody teaching you, could you get
Nope.
them more easily?
You got one.
You got one. Any
Wait.
of them count.
Oh,
Yeah,
any of
you
them
just
count?
add them up. You just add them up to
Oh.
get fitty.
Okay.
Because if someone was trying to tutor you, could you learn it more quickly? Because I said
Oh,
that
sure,
I was
absolutely.
I was teaching
Yeah.
Katsuba, and she was maybe
Had probably like
teaching me
25
Arabic.
successes or something.
Okay, cool.
Either that
So
or
I'm
you'd
happy
both
to
you would make a teaching
you.
roll,
Yeah,
and she would make just the regular
and we combine
education
them.
rolls, and all the
Okay.
successes. That's probably the way. I'd do
Cool.
it.
Yeah, because I'm happy to. I don't need to be the only. Cool.
All right. So you basically, in short, you sort of discover that it sort of describes the physical components that went into making this amulet that looks almost identical to the one that Duroc has. But it describes the materials that are used, because there's not a coral analog on their world, and seashells don't look like this because they have that sort of iridescent look to them.
And then
Seashells there don't look like that.
Okay.
So, but it describes sort of the elements that go into making the thing, and you basically are able to 100% confirm that yes, this thing had to have been made here because it's made with materials they would not have used to make this thing were it made in the Orc homeworld. So it's 100% made here.
But the craftsmanship has to be of craftsmanship that I have never seen.
Absolutely.
But
And it
that
looks-
you guys are kind of familiar with from stories
It's
and
very intricate. I mean, the metalwork in it is very intricate.
Yeah.
It's like little tiny, little weaves of tiny little strands that make a little
Wow.
neat pattern, and yeah, it's super intricate. It's not something you've seen or even heard of in.
what does it say
Of human manufacture.
about it in this book then?
It says it's
that it's made by
It says it's an amulet for water breathing, to be able to go underwater for extended periods of time, and it somehow has the ability to replenish the oxygen that's being produced inside the bubble.
So it's not. I'm not getting the sense that it is a unique item. It is. There are items like this, and that's what they do.
Right. And
So
in fact, the scroll that you're looking at has probably 8 or 10 sorts of artifacts from the mountain dwellers that have been cataloged, at least by the sages of this crash.
Whoa.
This could be very useful.
See, this is one of those metagame moments here where I'm like, are you going to say this out loud so we know, or
Well, this is
I would
all.
totally, yeah.
This is probably a collaborative thing where
and I would totally
All right.
say, because I'm super excited that I found this thing, and it's like, and I'm kind of, I'm really intrigued, and I mean, mind is kind of opening, obviously, and getting blown, because it's like demons on Earth, and then fairies or fae, and now what are these mountain dwellers that you guys are always talking your childhood, your fairy stories, and I'm just like, what?
See, I told you dwarves were real.
Wow. Yeah.
This still begs the question then that they've created these amulets, at least one, to bring a specific person somewhere, if not more. They have the ability to make them, which they shouldn't unless they have one of the mountain folk with them.
Are the mountain dwellers evil?
No.
Not any more or less evil than
But
most.
they are craftsmen.
Yes.
So these beasts,
They've crafted things for
Found
creatures
these-
across the Nine Realms. They, now that I think about it, they sort of don't really work for anybody but themselves.
They're very neutral.
and don't they take
They may not have
pride
specifically
on,
crafted
like-
this for the
Yes.
squid men anyway.
Well,
No, and it
you say
sounds
that
like-
this is made of materials from here, from Midgard.
from here?
So
From
somebody, either a mountain dweller or somebody who knows the skill, made it here on in our world,
yeah.
which is. It seems that the ways are opening up and more things are coming through.
In fact,
I would never have. Let you say.
this is Duroc. In fact, we found the caverns that led us to your world by fleeing to the mountain dwellers' great cities underground.
That's right, you mentioned that, but they were no longer there.
They have been gone since before our recorded history.
Would I have ever heard of anything in just basically folklore, or because where she was tutored is near the Alps? So it would have been, she was in two different places. Like she was in, I think it was, I said Marseille, and I'm trying to remember the place that would actually have been kind of in the Alps that I'm trying to remember. It wasn't, dang, what was it? I don't know if I wrote that in here. But suffice it to say that there would be, like, had there been stories, you know how, like, you know, we've heard of Yeti or Bigfoot or...
You know what? You can tell me.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I'm actually we're getting close to 7.
Okay.
But you may have, absolutely. This book, I think I've mentioned this before. Carol Rose's Spirits, Fairies, Leprechauns, and Goblins.
Yeah.
It is literally an encyclopedia of mythological creatures,
Nice.
and it organizes them by culture and geography.
Cool.
That's amazing.
So, like, it says dwarves, and it says here's what dwarves were: Teutonic dwarves, Scandinavian dwarves, other cultures, and then there's paragraphs of
Oh,
information.
they're Teutonic dwarves. So,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yes, they're all. The Teutonic
And they had
dwarves.
they had white dwarves
Oh.
and brown dwarves and black dwarves.
Okay.
Well, those are up in
Teutonic.
space.
Into Teutonic. Heyo. On the Baltic islands of Rügen, dwarves are considered to be of 3 types according to the color of their garments. White dwarves are gentle and peaceful, etc. So anyway,
What
but yeah,
the hell?
you can if you want to check
Yeah.
that out, you can.
Yeah.
'Cause, I'm sure that
Okay.
world loves dwarves.
Yeah, I guess.
Probably in there.
Dwarves and elves.
Yeah.
Cool.
My mother would have these Swedish tomte elves every Christmas. Just these tiny, they're basically gnomes. But the tomte elves.
Cool.
So basically, you
Nice.
sort of get as much of an answer as you're going to get out of their
Okay.
out of their library.
Cool, cool.
And then she says, we will meet," and she gives you a place to meet that night, so they can begin the journey.
Okay.
Why you? Why would they kidnap you and want to keep you alive? Do you know something about them that they want?
I do not know.
Do you have
It may be that perhaps they figure that that I am the one investigating this, if they get rid of me or they take me away, the investigation will cease. I do not know their thinking. Their thinking would be very alien to me.
Is it possible that because what's his name again? What's the evil
Drug.
Yeah.
the Goth or
Drag the gosh.
Is it
Drag
possible that
the
Drag the
Gosh.
Gosh is so used to working on orcs that the magic doesn't work so well with humans? And perhaps they have some free will left?
It could be.
And perhaps they're trying to communicate with you to get help?
I perhaps I do not know. They did not. They did not handle me kindly.
And yet they went through pains to keep you alive.
They must have need or use of her.
Yeah.
More than just food, I would think. Again, they could have just killed her, and it would be a dead body would be easier to drag than go through all of this.
I doubt they took me for food. There are plenty of fish in the
Exactly,
Seine.
in the sea.
Do they have? Yeah. Do they have any scrolls or written documents about Dragthrogosh? Dragthrogosh?
Very little.
Okay.
That would have been held by the tribes that came from
Yeah.
the coastal regions, and when the great nemesis made their final attack, we had to hurry with great haste. There are a fraction of the scrolls of the great sage libraries that survived the retreat.
I'm still not convinced it's not attached to the game. Perhaps they were working with one of the shaman to kidnap you to use as leverage against your husband?
It is possible. It is possible. If some scrolls tell of times when some tribes or some groups of orcs would work or ally at least briefly with some of these formidable creatures. But I would think after the Great Retreat and their attack against our entire people, that any orc who was not mad would be reluctant to engage in such a treaty.
I have been told that the travel through the ways changes people. Who knows what some shaman found along the way, or in the old Dwarven ruins.
It is possible. We traveled for generations.
Well, perhaps it is a good thing that you are leaving town. I would urge your husband to take great caution in protecting the house and family. I know he's a strong warrior, but if this is connected, it may be more than he expects.
He is going to move our children to another creche where some of my broodmates live. They will be cared for there until my return.
This is all basically. We're still at what's her name's hut, right? Because you went there to go
I
talk
thought
to
we
her.
were still at the library.
The library
The
was
library.
next to the hut.
That's right.
Yeah. We are indeed leaving town. However, we walk into the proverbial jaws of the beast.
Indeed.
I would have
No, we do.
literally.
When we
Sam's
go.
character is very excited.
When we go.
Yeah. You were like, indeed. Yes. I'm going to go
That's
kill
right.
some world serpent.
Jump in the mouth.
Yeah. I am going to be in the sagas.
We'll bring the amulet with you.
Oh, yes.
It could be very useful.
I could save lives.
It already has.
Indeed.
2 of them.
The library does not have artifacts, does it?
No. These most of these artifacts were lost during the Great Retreat. Some of them were lost long before that. I mean, some of these scrolls go back a great many centuries.
It is possible that this monster has captured and enslaved these mountain dwellers. It is possible that these mountain dwellers live amongst us. I should like to meet one.
Perhaps we will. I should like to have one make me an axe.
Perhaps one of the brothers you spoke of. What is it, Brackar and Singren or something like that?
Brock and Sindri.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are strange times.
Indeed.
Indeed.
We should get what sleep we can before it is time to go.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and end it right there.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's in a good place.
Yeah, especially
That way
because we're
no-
missing our...
Right. You're
Our pal.
serious spell thrower.
Yeah, it actually works out well.
Yeah. That way she can maybe hook up before we're on the road.
Just get more questions.
All right. Thank you, those of you who are out
Yeah.
there viewing in viewership land.
Thank you very much.
And
so
we'll
much
see
for
you in
watching.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
And don't forget, starting at 6:30 p.m. on Friday, the 16th of November,
Yeah.
we're going to start our 24-hour marathon fundraiser for RainbowRailroad.com, which tries to get LGBT people out of nations where they are being actively oppressed and hunted down and brought to someplace safe. So if you would like to tune in during that time, we'll be running 6 games in succession, and plus we'll kick it off with about an hour and a half regular podcast on Friday night. happyjacks.org/live, and that starts at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time on Friday the 16th of this month, next Friday.
Yep.
Yep.
And if you'd like to donate, you can go to happyjacks.org/rainbow, and that will take you to the donation page, and there's already some donations up there right now.
Awesome.
And
Very cool.
tweet the news out to people if you
Are we
feel so
going
inclined.
to publish a little preview of the games that are being played so
Yeah,
people
I
can
think-
especially tune in?
Right. I think Kimmy's got the games. She's scheduling it right now. She's got all the
Yeah.
games. Now she's trying to find players for all
Yeah.
of the games. And I told her, since I live here,
Yeah.
if you've got in the middle of the night or something
Yeah.
and you need people, all I have to do is wake up and I can make myself
Yeah.
some coffee and I can come out here and
I'd be
be
willing.
available.
I'd honestly be willing to do that too.
I was actually figuring I'd run my game late,
Like the 4 a.m. one or something.
something
or,
like
yeah.
that, right? But she's
Yeah.
already had a volunteer for that. Tappy, of course.
Really?
Yeah, you picked
Cool.
you picked the most difficult time.
Cool.
To
Honestly, I looked at that one first because I'm like, no one's going to want to play there. I'd totally play there.
right. Yeah, I figured since I'm here anyway.
Yeah.
I will.
Nice.
Cool.
I think I don't know when I'm going to be running a GURPS game. It's probably going to be an Infinite Worlds game.
Okay.
So, and it's going to be historical figures who mysteriously disappeared, who were brought into this organization to
Better
go
get
out.
started making characters now.
I've-
You've only got a couple of days.
I've got Amelia Earhart's done.
Nice.
She's finished. I've got probably 3 more characters to make. But I kind of want to find out who the players are and then check and see who wants which. Give them, like, here's the characters I can make. Who's interested in playing what?
Yeah.
Then I'll just make those characters.
I figured 4 hours per character, so.
No. I'm using
character builder?
GURPS character sheet, which
nice.
is the one that's built with Java.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
it even runs on my little
No, they're awesome.
Linux Mac laptop. So
It'd be kind of nice to know which games are when, too. So just...
she's figuring that
Okay.
out right now, and then she's going to start populating the games with players.
So check in at the site regularly if you want to know, because we're going to be doing the same.
Yes, we will. And that's it. Thank you very much.
Cool.
Thank
We'll
you.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
The preceding program has been a presentation of the Angry Folk Media Empire.